fooled, couldn't pull the trigger, and got lucky that it was out of the strike zone. Very close pitch. That'll bring up the catcher, Brandy Jones, number 11 for the Tigers. Jones, a junior.
Out of Belton, Missouri. Last year's starting catcher, too.
There goes Hike. It's a sacrifice. And over to first is the only play. One down, and Hike's safe at second.
Good sacrifice. Perfectly executed. Only play was to first base.
Runner at second base with one out now. That'll bring up Karen Persinger. Persinger ripped a triple in the first game this morning to right field. Has power to all fields on this. Right field, center field, and left field. She can hit the ball hard anywhere. Only a sophomore from Harrisburg, Missouri. Chance to put the Tigers up top here in the third inning. We're scoreless. Curveball outside corner, popped up right field. Underneath it, number 11, Watson makes the play. Throws it to one hop beautifully to third baseman Moss. Hike's going to have to stay at second.
That's a gun there. Wendy Watson. What an arm she has. One hop from the outfield all the way to third base.
Her arm could come into factor here later on in the game, as Mizzou likes to try to take an extra base every now and then. Looks like she has a good one. Terry Young back up again. 0 for 1, lined out to third her first time up. Takes a ball outside and low. They throw back to second, but Hike's safe.
And as you see, once again, the first baseman and third baseman brought halfway in for Eastern Michigan.
Terry Young, a slap hitter, but a very effective one, always over 300. Fouls that one back. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Scoreless tie in the semifinal game of the Mizzou Softball Invitational.
That is just incredible how close they are playing in on her. If she just puts the bat out, she could pop it over the third baseman's head, I believe.
On Friday, we saw her take about a half-swing bunt that went into center field for a base hit. There's the play you were talking about. Right over third baseman's head, into the corner, perfectly placed. And Terry Young safe at second with a double in the first run of the game for the Tigers.
Well, I didn't want to say that was a mistake by playing both the players in so close, but I understand. I don't see any reason to play them in that close.
If they were playing them back a little bit more, the third baseman, Moss, would have had it easily. But Terry Young took advantage of the situation and just popped it where they were not.
Exactly what I was saying. I mean, the third baseman was at least halfway to home plate on that.
Janie Lanus, they'll bring up. Grounded a single to center field the first time up, but was doubled off on the fly by Dana Way. 1-0, Tigers lead, top of the third. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit to the shortstop. Strong arm throw, a little bit high. It's going to be an error.
And Terry Young comes all the way home.
And Lanus is safe at second.
Terry Young didn't even think twice. As soon as that ball was thrown to first, she knew she was coming home. As you said, they like to take that extra base, and she was coming all the way before the error even occurred.
After making a few good plays so far, Haydu messes up there and throws one over the head and allows Mizzou to score their second run of the ball game. 2-0. That run, of course, is unearned.
Young, a lot of speed on the base path there.
With 2 outs now, if Mizzou scores any more runs this inning, they will all be unearned. When you have an error when there's 2 outs, any run after that is unearned and will not affect the pitcher's ERA. But a run's a run.
That's true. And although it doesn't count for an individual, it sure hurts the team, I'll tell you.
Coach Miner's going to come out and have a discussion with her team. Let's take a look at Janie Lanus on second base, getting a little rest. Coach Miller with Dana Way, the senior outfielder. What a career she has had. Starter every single year she's been at Mizzou. Dana Way possesses a strong bat and is very versatile. She was a shortstop for last year, and then with the recruitment of Mary Babb, she moved back to her normal position of the outfield, specifically left field. She started 156 of MU's 157 games during her first 3 years as a Tiger.
She made a nice catch out in left field just in the first inning.
This year's no different. She started everything. Every game has been started by Dana Way. She has a chance to put the Tigers up 3-0, takes a curveball, outside corner for strike 1.
Went to Northwest Hot Springs out of St. Louis, Missouri. in the St. Louis area.
Change up, bunted down. Dana Way's going to beat this out. No, they get her on a very close play at first base.
That was close.
But 2 runs crossed the plate on only 1 hit. And Eastern Michigan coach Connie Miner was talking about working on practice and what the team does.
Being consistent. Mostly, we have only 4 upperclassmen, juniors, and seniors. So last year we started coming together at the end of the season, but we're working on being consistent, taking one play at a time, and not rushing ourselves.
Okay, and you just...
1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left.
Well, I think the shortstop there, Haydu, kind of rushed herself on the throw, and it led to an unearned run for the Mizzou Tigers. You can't give Mizzou too many chances. They will hurt you.
Yeah, that's tough for... There was 2 outs, and that was really tough. If she just made the throw correctly to first base, that would have been the end of the inning. But Missouri ends up scoring. And they take the 2-0 lead now into the 3rd inning.
So far through 2 innings, Casey Marshall has struck out 3 and not allowed a hit, so Coach Miller has to be happy with the performance of his Tigers so far. Once again, the winner of this game meeting Creighton in the championship of the Mizzou Softball Invitational.
Mizzou just completing their warm-ups for the bottom of the 3rd inning here.
Up to bat will be Melissa Drewer, the pitcher, number 29, thinking about the last inning. Hopefully she can help herself out and get a base hit here.
I'll tell you, that's been characteristic of Missouri during this tournament, especially taking advantage of the errors or the mistakes that the other team makes and really jumping on them, not just letting them go for naught.
It's like in basketball, when they turn over, you want to score immediately.
Exactly.
Well, they've been scoring after every mistake the opponents have made against them. Pitch by Marshall, fouled off.
Coming
First
this
base
way.
side. Over our cameraman's head and right in front of us here. Tiffany Hike trying to make a play on it. Just out of play for strike 1. Whoa, that one just gets away from Marshall. Back to the backstop for ball 1.
Lost a little traction there, and Brandy Jones and Casey Marshall enjoy a little laugh out over that pitch.
Melissa's batting .316, which is 2nd on the team so far this year, and she has 4 triples and a home run to her credit. Nicely hit in the right field past the diving Gina Anderson. Oh, they almost got her at first.
That was very close. I had thought she was out on that play.
Not some happy fans there talking to the ref. That's one heck of a play by the right fielder, Karen Persinger. Really charged the ball well and fired it in.
Very close there on that last play.
We'll take a look at it here and see if she was out. Here comes Persinger firing the ball. That was close.
Yeah!
The umpire's right there, so he can see it better than us, but that was a very, very close play.
Well, I figure if I can't guess it on the instant replay, then, let's let the umpire's call stand.
Wendy Watson was talking to Coach Miner. Wouldn't be surprised if a sacrifice was on here to get the runner over to second base in scoring position. And the pinch runner at first base is Tammy Schaefer, a freshman out of Michigan. So let's see what's going to be up here. Here's the bunt. She misses it. They throw to first, and she's back safely.
Another close play, but in there. Slid underneath the tag.
When you have a sacrifice on and you're sending the runner, the batter must make contact on that bunt.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Didn't even mention Karen Persinger there, that throw in from the outfield on the play at first. Great throw.
Lays down the bunt. It's a beauty. Tiffany Ikes only plays at first. Gina Anderson covers, and they move her over to second base.
Almost handcuffed Anderson on that throw.
Schaefer moves over to second on the sacrifice bunt. They'll bring up number 8, Tony Flood, the leadoff hitter. She grounded out to Lanus at third base her first time up.
Just one out now. You got a runner in scoring position.
Good teams do respond after you score on them, so we'll see if Eastern Michigan can come back and make Mizzou pay. Strike 1 on the outside corner.
They're playing that style of defense with a... Right now they have Tiffany Hake right next to Casey Marshall.
Flood's just a run at the ball type of slap hitter. She's not going to hit it hard, but maybe she'll be able to find a spot just like Terry Young did for the Tigers. Marshall looks in. Here's the pitch. Change up on the outside corner for a ball.
The only difference with that is I would say Missouri has a lot of the gaps cut off with Hike playing right next to the pitcher. Pretty much straight across if you look at the diamond right now. From first base straight across on a line to about 3 feet in front of the third base line, everything is cut off. Not many holes to really hit it in there.
Well, that's got to make the infielders think right there. She took a full swing on that one and fouled it back.
That'll definitely make you think.
That'll wake you up very quickly over there in the corners. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner at second. Mizzou leads it 2-0 over Eastern Michigan in the semifinal game of the Mizzou Softball Invitational Tournament. Pitch is grounded foul once again. Flood is the leading hitter on this team with a .333 average. In 68 bats, she has 23 hits, 14 strikeouts, so she is susceptible to the whiff.
And there it is.
Riding the ladder for the 3rd time this game. 3 of the 4 strikeouts have been on pitches high in the strike zone.
Number 21,
Don Godfrey will come up with the runner on second base. 2 down.
And Missouri's defense moves to more of a standard style of play. First baseman playing in just a bit.
Up and high and by her for strike 1. Casey Marshall's really popping the high fastball.
Now Eastern Michigan's going to need a 2-out hit. And it's going to be up to Don Godfrey to get that hit for him.
Pitch was inside and low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second for Eastern Michigan. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Well, the pattern's been to go up high with the fastball for the strikeout, so we'll see what happens. Fastball up high. Tiffany Hike fields it in foul territory, and we'll do it again. Whoa, wild throwback.
See if Casey doesn't just rear back and try to fire one by her.
That one's fouled off to the right field side and out of play as Persinger chases it but can't make it.
She's doing a nice job, though, going with the pitch here, not trying to pull it. Got 2 strikes against her. Can't really go all out on this
She's been
swing.
protecting that outside corner. She might be susceptible to an inside fastball, high and hard. She can definitely cover the plate. She's shown that in the last 2 pitches. Curveball just a little bit outside. She does not miss by much.
I thought that had it. That was definitely a close pitch, and she's just about on the money.
And there's the high fastball once again for the 5th strikeout in only 3 innings for Casey Marshall.
And once again, a good job of working the ball around the plate.
Here on TCI, Cablevision Channel 20, Mizzou leads it 2-0.
Local TCI office.
Now you can...
Only 1 hit has been given up by Tigers ace Casey Marshall with 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. The Tigers have 2 hits, 2 runs. They've been benefited by an error. And freshman Mary Babb's going to be leading off the inning for the Tigers.
As you saw some of the fans in the stand, among them David Lyle, a radio talent here in Columbia, Missouri.
Mary Babb popped up to the shortstop her first time up. A little bit anxious on an inside pitch.
Okay, what's the correct answer of Dennis Martinez?
You hear someone say, Mary, be patient. She's got a lot of talent, very raw, can really smoke the ball.
Batting first for the Tigers, number 12, Mary Babb.
Nice curveball for strike one.
It's fun to watch young players like this develop throughout their career. No matter what sport it is, it's always fun to see a young, talented player develop their skills and become an exceptional player.
Change up, 1-1. Trying to keep the off-speed pitches on Babb. Fastball, Babb fouls it straight back. She was not fooled. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the 4th inning. The Tigers trying to advance to the final to meet Creighton. Pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Haydu picks it up, fires to first, and gets the hustling Babb by a step.
Sharply hit grounder. Nicely handled, and good throw, good strong throw over to first base.
Headway for the Tigers.
Pitch was on the outside corner, and Mary tried to pull it a little bit, and as a result, grounded out to short. She gets older, she'll learn to be a little bit more patient and take that ball to right field. She definitely has power to all fields. Very good compact swing. That brings up Barb Wright, who grounded out to shortstop her first time up also. Ball 1, a little bit high and outside. She got pitch in on the hands, shallow center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. This Flood could not get to it in time. Nice piece of hitting by Barb Wright, showing some strength right there.
She found the open spot and put the ball there.
She was jammed, but she still was strong enough to muscle it into center field and get a base hit and give the Tigers a runner for Gina Anderson to come up. Anderson popped up to second her first time up.
Barb Wright from Palmerston, Ontario.
Bench running at first base, number 4, Kim Ashley. Running next to the Tigers, number 9.
Barb was a
And the
member
pinch runner at first base for Mizzou is number
Barb,
4,
right.
Kim Ashley.
Coming in for Barb Wright, trying to get a little bit of speed on the base paths here. So we're already in the 4th inning. This game's speeding along.
And here's the sacrifice, bunted very nicely. Ashley's going to go to second, safe at first. Safe at second, out at first, gets the job done, does Gina Anderson, but Ashley almost got picked off at second.
Almost overran that, got a little almost too aggressive on that play. Snuck back in there at second base though.
Gives the advantage for Tiffany Ike here to try to bring home a run. Two outs. Kim Ashley's at second base. Ike steps in. Pitch is drilled high into center field. And it's going to be caught by Tony Flood to end the inning.
Got underneath that one a little bit.
One more hit for the Tigers gives them 3 for the game, but nobody comes across as Ashley is stranded at second base. But we had a chance to talk with Tara Young, the senior center fielder for Missouri, on the difference between baseball and softball.
Stealing bases this year, I haven't really seen my stats to know how good I'm doing, but I've stole a few. And I didn't really realize I was stealing as many as I did last year till the end of the year. So, but as far as different from baseball, the only thing is you can't leave the base until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. So you got to, it's more of a timing when the ball leaves your hand and maybe a little bit earlier to try to get there.
Tara Young's definitely one of the best at doing that. She has 35 stolen bases last year. They're on a very good pace again this year. Also, when we were talking to her, she said it's kind of good to try to leave a little bit early, too, if the umpires aren't watching that close.
Got caught on that earlier today in the game.
Yes, she did. First game, she left a little bit early, and the official was right there to catch it.
But definitely one of the premier base stealers in the Big 8 Conference.
We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Eastern Michigan will send up Anne-Marie Moss, Tracy Haydu, and Val Canfield, the heart of their order, to try to get their first run of the game off ace, Mizzou pitcher, Casey Marshall.
Anne-Marie Moss will be leading off for Eastern Michigan here.
She was a strikeout victim her first time up. 1 of 5 so far for Marshall.
Doesn't strike out too often though. Only 4 strikeouts coming into this tournament. But Casey Marshall can make people strike out that normally wouldn't.
Ball 1 in the dirt. I'd have to believe that Coach Connie Miner for Eastern Michigan telling her team to lay off the high fastballs. Swing at your pitch. Don't swing at Casey Marshall's pitch. That one's popped up. Foul territory behind home plate. And out of the stadium. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Anne-Marie Moss.
Outfielders relatively deep in left and center.
Crowd has gotten a little bigger from the morning games. A nice turnout so far for the Mizzou Softball Invitational. Mary Babb playing way back at shortstop. That's who it's hit to. She fields it cleanly and throws the first to get the out.
Another good fundamental play right on the money to first base.
Mary Babb has a very strong arm. Right on the money with that one. Tiffany Hyde provides a nice big target for her to hit too. Very comforting when you're a fielder to have a big first baseman. I'll bring up number 16, Tracy Haydu. Outside and low for ball 1. Haydu, also a strikeout victim her first time up. She's a senior out of Toledo, Ohio. One of 2 seniors on the roster for Eastern Michigan.
Very young team, as you had mentioned before.
Ball 2. This is pretty exciting softball right now. 2 young teams going at it with potential to be very good in the next year or so, too. Along with being pretty good teams right now. Swings and misses at a high outside fastball.
And Casey Marshall just dominating this game as she so often does.
Try to get her to chase it, but it's a little bit too outside. 3-1 the count. This is really the first hitter that Marshall's been behind on.
You know, there's pitchers that can get away with not having a lot of speed if they mix the pitches up. If they can throw curveballs, and off-speed pitchers have different speeds. If you throw it slow and then throw it slower, it's still tough for the batter to adjust. Well, Casey Marshall can do that, but she can also gun it in there with the best of them.
She can throw it fast and throw it faster.
Right.
That's the first walk of the afternoon for Eastern Michigan, and that brings up the powerful hitting Val Canfield, the catcher. Grounded out to second, her first time up. Relatively surprised that the outfield's not playing that deep. They're playing about medium depth. Big bat Canfield has there, a very long bat. Pops that one foul and out of play. Fan gave a good half-hearted effort for it.
Thought about catching it, then thought better of it.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Canfield, number 19 for the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Curveball a little bit outside.
Just misses.
Haydu has stolen 3 bases on the season. 4 attempts. High fastball taken for ball 2.
Another thing that contributes to success of a pitcher like Casey Marshall is having the same battery working together for so long, and that's the ideal thing with Brandy Jones working behind the plate. By the time it's next year, they'll both be seniors. They'll work together for 3 years, which is just definitely a plus.
Little curveball popped up in foul territory, out of the reach of Brandy. Brandy's a very good signal caller. She knows what she's doing out there. She teaches the pitchers how to pitch a game properly, how to always be thinking out there.
And a very good defensive catcher as well.
Yes. 2-2 that count to Tracy Haydu. Excuse me, Val Canfield. Haydu's at first base, courtesy of a walk by Casey Marshall. Canfield grounded out her first time up. Marshall would like that right now, maybe be able to turn 2. There's that high fastball once again, and another strikeout for Marshall. Number 6. Eastern Michigan's just hurting themselves by going after that pitch.
Yeah, it's very tempting, I know, but you just have to lay off those pitches. They're out of the strike zone, and they've been paying for it when they swing. They just can't get around on that type of speed on a pitch.
And first baseman Christy Berry will step into the plate. She reached on Jenny Lance's error in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch out was called. Nothing doing. She's back safely. Ball 1 to the hitter.
Berry also a solid contact hitter, not much in the way of power necessarily, but gets the bat on the ball.
Pops that one up. Foul territory behind the plate, and Brandy Jones doesn't have a play on that one either. Brandy Jones gets out of there very quickly. Very quick off the squatting position that she sits in as a catcher. One ball, one strike, 2 outs with a runner on first for the Eastern Michigan Eagles here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's a strike at the knees, 1-2. Mizzou leads it 2-0. The winner of this meets the Creighton Lady Jays in the championship of the Mizzou Softball Invitational Tournament. And we'll have that one for you too on TCI Channel 20, starting at approximately 4 p.m. That one's ripped down the third base line, foul.
Got that breaking pitch a little bit up too high in the strike zone on that play. Wanted to keep it probably a little bit lower.
Good pitchers, when they miss in an area that only thing the hitter can do is foul it off. So, I mean, Casey Marshall didn't want to put it there, but if she's going to miss, she's not going to miss inside the strike zone. And strike 3 is called on a pitch on the outside corner.
That is a tough pitch, Ben. I don't know if you could hit that one if you tried.
That is mean as a pitcher to do to a hitter. You are giving them no chance. 2-0 as we're going to head to the 5th inning. Marshall only has 6 strikeouts. 7. She'll be going for a record here. We're going to head to the top of the 5th inning. 2-0, Mizzou with the lead.
And just domination for Casey Marshall today. Even more than on Friday when she pitched a shutout. She's pitching just incredibly well today. Everything is going for her, and Eastern Michigan players helping a little bit, swinging on those high fastballs. But not out of the ball game by any shot of the imagination, because it's only 2-0. Tigers' advantage right now. Got a couple innings left, 3 innings left for them to make their comeback.
Mizzou has 3 hits on the ball game. Eastern Michigan, 1. They've had 2 base runners in 4 innings. Just an incredible performance by Casey Marshall. It'll be Brandy Jones, the catcher, leading it off for the University of Missouri in the top of the 5th inning. Take a look at the crowd. In fact, that guy right there in the red coat was the one that did not catch that foul ball.
Yeah, he thought a little bit better of it. No glove. I think I probably would have made that same decision.
Yeah. About ready to start the 5th inning here. Brandy Jones, Karen Persinger, and Terry Young due up for the Tigers. Curveball outside corner, strike 1. Perfect pitch there. Nothing you can do with that one. Brandy sacrificed Tiffany Hike over to second base her first time up. Hike later came around to score on the double by Terry Young. Ball, 1-1. Brandy Jones is one of those role players that knows her role and plays it to perfection.
Not necessarily thought of as an offensive-minded player, more for her defense and controlling the pitchers, and she's done a great job of that, obviously.
That one's ripped into right field, however, for a base hit. And they throw at first base trying to get Brandy, and they throw it away, but she's not going to be able to advance. So Brandy is safe at first with a line single into right field.
And of course, just as I say that, she proves me wrong as she strokes a line drive into right field.
Watson again was trying to really show off her arm. Karen Persinger, the right fielder, flied out to right field her first time up. The game earlier today, she hit a triple off the top of the right field fence, so she does have power the opposite way. We'll see if the coach is going to put on a sacrifice here. Try to get the pinch runner now, number 3, and there's Stacy Bailey at first base over to second. Something will be on here. Bailey has a lot of speed. There she goes. There's the bunt. Laid down. Only play at first base, and they get her just by an eyelash.
Missouri really executing the fundamental plays well, the bunts. Really a good bunting ball club, especially in this game.
Now bring up senior Terry Young, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. A double, a run batted in, and a run scored.
Let's see if the third baseman doesn't stay back just a little bit on this time.
Terry Young looked right at her as she saw her coming in, the third baseman. They throw back to second, and safe is Stacy Bailey, the freshman from Excelsior Springs.
Once again, Anne-Marie Moss, the third baseman for Eastern Michigan, scooting in very far. Not quite as far as last time when Young tapped one over her head.
She swings and misses, and Stacy Bailey's dead to rights at third base. There was a hit and run on there. That'll be a caught stealing. Canfield fires over to the third baseman. Actually, it was a shortstop covering third because the third baseman was playing so close in on Terry Young. So they're right there. The fundamentals were kind of messed up as Terry Young failed to put the ball down and play. Curveball called inside.
I think the coach's coaching staff, Jay Miller, may have thought they could sneak by the shortstop, who was playing a little bit deep on that last play, but the shortstop hustled to the bag, on third base bag, and got the pinch runner out.
Terry Young will follow that one straight back. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Terry Young puts it down. She's safe by Mel. They throw it away. Terry Young's going to go to second base. She'll be in there easily. Third baseman should have just held on to the ball in that one. Terry Young's too fast to get when she hits it in that spot. That'll be an infield single and an error on the third baseman as Terry Young takes second base.
Number 25,
Well, that's why they play the third baseman and first baseman in on Terry Young.
Janie Lanus with a chance to bring in Young here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Mizzou leading 2-0 over Eastern Michigan. Lanus 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Pitch is hit off the hand to the second baseman. Godfrey will make the play, and the inning is over. Beautiful inside pitch, and Lanus was just jammed and couldn't do anything with it. So the Tigers miss an opportunity to score, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th with MU leading 2-1 after these messages.
555.
Always thought premium channels were too expensive? Or you canceled them because they didn't deliver what they promised? You're invited to a special screening of a new idea. Introducing Stars. More movies, more stars, more often. Call 1-800-758-5555 to order Stars and Encore. That's 2 channels, 180 choices each month, both for the unbelievably low monthly price of $4.95. More of what you want for less. Now that's star power.
And welcome back to University Field here at the University of Missouri for the Mizzou Softball Invitational on TCI Channel 20. I'm Ben McMahon along with Eric Troutman. Mizzou leads at 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. And Casey Marshall has been nearly unhittable, yielding only 1 hit and has 7 strikeouts through 4 innings of work. Sherry Harper is going to try to get things going for Eastern Michigan. She was a strikeout victim her first time up. It'll be Harper, the pitcher Druid, and the right fielder Watson as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. I don't know what Coach Connie Miner can tell her kids right now. You got to be able to hit the pitcher, and Casey Marshall's just really in a zone right now.
Hey, first for the Eagles, number 9, Jerry Harper.
Fastball, strike 1.
This is a critical time in the game for Casey Marshall. See if she can keep her concentration. As I mentioned before in the previous game, this is usually the time of the game when pitchers, have a little trouble keeping their concentration.
And immediately 0-2 with another curveball. She is just on her game.
They're going back to it.
Ball up high. 1-2 the count here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Oh, that is just tough.
Marshall blows the fastball by Harper, and that's her 3rd straight strikeout victim and 8th of the game.
The thing is, when Casey Marshall gets going like this, and she's such a talented pitcher with the way she mixes it up, it's tough. It kind of gets a team in a rut, and they don't know what to look for, and they start getting back on their heels in a batting situation, and that's not good. You've always got to be offensive-minded when you're up there at the plate.
That's an offensive-minded shot. That is to the wall. Dana Way saves the day by making a terrific catch.
That's reminiscent of that shot in the 1st inning.
Melissa Juilliard almost left the park there. Got a fastball up in the zone, and she creamed it. Dana Way got a terrific jump on the ball and made the play.
That ball went all of 190.
That play for Eastern Michigan, number 11, Wendy Watson.
Casey Marshall gets away with one there.
Wendy Watson steps in, face Marshall. Fastball outside corner for a strike. That might be a wake-up call for Marshall. Really bear down and concentrate still.
I think that's true.
Curveball up high for ball 1.
Tiger infielders, middle infielders, shortstop and second baseman playing relatively deep, now moving in.
Change up, hit to the foul, first base side. Tiffany Hike underneath it, makes the play. 1, 2, 3, go the Eagles of Eastern Michigan.
Nice job staying with that.
We're going to be heading to the top of the 6th inning here, but Jay Miller says the strength of his team is his defense.
Tigers lead 2-0.
As you can tell right there, he was really proud of his defense.
Believe me.
We'll try to get that interview to you in a little while. Technical difficulties by our crack staff.
Believe me, he did say their defense is their strength.
Mizzou does have an excellent defensive squad. Team speed really helps them in that aspect. There's Melissa Druillard. Well, not there. That'd be a fan. Whoa, get that off tape, please. Melissa Druillard was shown before that. Just missed a home run. Number 29 right there, the green number 29. She's pitching a pretty good game, but finds herself trailing by 2 runs here in the top of the 6th inning.
When you speak bad about the gods of the truck, they will come back to haunt you.
No kidding. They set me up for a good one there. Thank you, Director Suzanne Fontaine.
And first for the Tigers, number 28, Dana Way.
Dana Way will lead it off for the Tigers of Mizzou here in the top of the 6th. She's 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. Fastball drilled into left center field. That's going to go to the wall. That could be 2, possibly 3. Dana Way is going to be safe at second with a double to start off the 6th inning for the Tigers.
And she got all that one, that's for sure. Rifled that one into the gap in left center.
Dana Way really got a pitch she could handle as a curveball inside hanging a little bit. And she hit a line shot in the left center field gap.
Take a look at that last hit. You can see she crushes this ball.
Curveball right over the plate, and Mary Dana Way is just too good of a player to let that go by. Mary Babb's going to be up for Mizzou. The runner at second. She grounds it hard to third. Terrific play by Moss. She fires over to first to get Mary Babb, and the runner must stay at second base.
Good play. She stared down Dana Way so she wouldn't advance to third, then went on and threw out the runner at first.
Right there, you'd like your offensive player to try to make an effort to go to right field. With nobody out and a runner in scoring position, you can at least get her over to third base that way.
Right, exactly.
Barb Wright will be the hitter. She's 1 for 2, lined a single in the center field last time up in the 4th inning.
And especially, as you were saying, in a close ball game like this, only a 2-run lead, you want to get as many insurance runs as you can.
Dana Way does have a lot of speed, so don't be surprised if something might be on here. Way has 7 stolen bases on the season.
No way.
Oh, we're going really deep into our barrel now, aren't we, Eric?
Oh.
Ball 1 on the outside corner there, 1-0 the count. Let's take a look at Dana Way on second. Pitch is up high. 2-0 the count. They go to second. No reason really why to. Right now, Barb Wright can really sit and look for a pitch that she can handle.
That's
Fastball
one.
inside. She takes it to right field. Terrific job of hitting. Dana Way's going to score easily. Barb Wright's going to be standing in at second with a double, and it's a 3-0 Missouri lead.
And that would be the aforementioned pitch that you said that she could handle. And she just tears that one down the first base line.
She is just such a good hitter. Only a freshman. She goes to right field with an inside pitch, gets the run home, and ends up at second with a double for Gina Anderson.
The pretty inside-out swing that she took there.
Curveball outside for ball 1.
You know, she brought the handle of the bat through first, which allowed her to take the ball into the right field corner.
Good piece of hitting. Gina Anderson 0 for 1 in the afternoon with a sacrifice also. Drills that one into center field on the line, but it is caught by the center fielder Flood. Throws it back in. That was a good piece of hitting by Gina Anderson. If you keep on hitting the ball like that, you're going to find some gaps sooner or later. Hit the ball on the nose. We've seen 3 well-hit balls so far this inning. Maybe Juilliard's getting a little bit tired.
Well, for those Cardinal baseball fans, Flood's a pretty good name for a
center fielder.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Here's the pitch to Hike. Taken for a ball down low. Sinker, Hike swings and misses. Strike 1, 1-1. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Mizzou leading 3-0 with a runner on second base. Action in the bullpen for Eastern Michigan. Ball 2. Hike just looks so confident in the batter's box right now.
And she should be. It's definitely the way she's playing. Anne-Marie Moss, the third baseman for Eastern Michigan, playing right on the bag, trying to prevent the pull down the line by Hike.
Fastball hit into left field for a base hit. There may be a play at the plate. Here comes the throw. Safe as Brandy White on the throw. Tiffany Hike will take second. And Mizzou adds another run to their lead, 4-0.
And you know what's interesting about that play there, Ben? As I just mentioned, Anne-Marie Moss is playing right on the bag. If she would have been playing in the normal position for a third baseman, she would have had that. But she's not a mind reader. She couldn't have predicted where that ball was going to go, so not her fault. Just a great piece of hitting by Hike again.
That'll bring up Brandy Jones, who led off last inning with a single into right field. She also has a sacrifice bunt so far this afternoon. We have a little conference on the mound for Eastern Michigan. 2 outs. They just want to get this last out and get back into the dugout, get some hits, but it's going to be tough the way Casey Marshall's been pitching. 4-run lead. It's going to be a lot to overcome.
That's really big, Missouri picking up these 2 runs, and the inning's not over yet, but picking up the 2 runs as additional support for Casey Marshall. Creighton University vans with carrying the Creighton University softball players have arrived.
Ready to try to win the championship here.
And they'll be
Creighton
playing
Lady Jays.
They'll be playing the winner of this game, either Missouri, as it looks to be, or Eastern Michigan if they can make a comeback in the championship game after this one.
Melissa Drouillard will try to get out of the inning. 2 runs have already been in. She wants to stop the damage right now. Tiffany Hike at second base for that woman right there, catcher Brandy Jones. And we might have a pitching change right now.
It appears
Coach
that
Miner's talking to the umpires as we speak.
So who do you look to see the pitcher being for Missouri if they make it past this round and into the finals?
It's probably going to be Christy Bowen.
I would imagine so, as the other 2 pitchers have already had their turns today.
Yes, indeed, we are going to have a new pitcher. It's going to be number 25, Marcy Kelly, a sophomore from Boulder, Colorado. Come a long way to go to Eastern Michigan. This is a tough situation for her to step into. Cold, runner on second, already 4 runs down. Having to stop the bleeding right now.
Brandy Jones getting a good look at
Reminder to all softball fans.
the new pitcher for Eastern Michigan.
Don't leave. Today's tournament was outside your softball tournament t-shirt.
Marcy Kelly, a sophomore.
Being sold at the concession stand for only $6. Again, tournament t-shirts, concession stand, $6.
On this break, I guess we can take time to congratulate the Missouri Tiger men's basketball team for great performance this season, going to the Elite Eight. Tough loss last night, but overall a great season and really overachieved.
Yes,
this
they
year.
did. No one really expected them to do anything in the Big Eight. They go undefeated, first team since 1971 to do that, and almost make it to the Final Four. Terrific season for Norm Stewart and his crew.
And on the other hand, you also have your Missouri women's basketball team, who came out of nowhere, virtually a 7th seed in the Big 8 tournament, beat number 12 team in the nation, Kansas, a top 25 type team in Oklahoma State, and then in the finals beat the number 2 team in the nation in Colorado and win the Big 8 tournament and get an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament.
It's been a good year for Mizzou sports so far. Softball team's playing well, up to their potential again. Baseball team's doing well. Basketball did well. Hopefully Larry Smith will be able to turn the football program around and get a winning program back on Faroe Field.
And if you're Joe Castiglione, you got to be beaming. You come in here,
Yes.
and nothing but good things happen since you get here. He's going, this job's easy. What's all the problem with this?
No kidding. The line on Melissa Drouillard, she went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits with 1 walk and no strikeouts. The runner at second is her responsibility. And Brandy Jones will be facing Marcy Kelly here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning, excuse me.
I think we're just about ready to get back to the action here.
Fastball taken for strike 1. Brandy's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Key part of this team for Mizzou. Fastball drilled back up the middle. Tiffany Ike rounds third. She's going to be in at home safe. The overthrow, they missed the cutoff, and that allows Brandy Jones to take second.
Very aggressive, very heads-up base running by Brandy Jones, taking that extra base. Now she's in scoring position. A single will probably most likely bring her home.
That's just a cardinal sin by the center fielder to miss the cutoff. That allowed Brandy Jones to take second. I mean, they're down 5 runs right now, but there was no chance of getting Tiffany Hike at home plate. Karen Persinger, looking for her first hit of the afternoon, steps in.
And after that first pitch by Marcy Kelly, Brandy Jones shook her head, and the next pitch she promptly stroked right up the middle. So I guess she knew that she could hit that.
Ball 1, taken up high. Up high again, not a good place to be. If you're up high, you're having some trouble as a pitcher. If you can miss low, that's good. A little bit outside, 3-0 to Persinger. Brandy Jones standing at second base. 5-0, Mizzou on top. And walks her on 4 straight pitches.
Sort of an auspicious beginning for Marcy Kelly here.
2 batters faced. Both of them reach base, and the run has come home. And now back to the top of the lineup for senior center fielder Terry Young. Takes that one up high for a ball.
And I would imagine that Coach Miller here would be having her take every pitch until Marcy Kelly can get a ball over the plate.
There you go.
And
Strike
there
one.
you go.
Now he'll give Terry Young the freedom to do what she wants. She can place the ball basically anywhere she wants to do. A very talented hitter. Back up the middle, but right back to Marcy Kelly. Throws over to first, and the inning is over, but more damage has been done by the Tigers. They collect 3 runs on 4 base hits and a walk. And Jay Miller, this time, will try to talk about the strength of his team, which is his defense.
Defensively, our pitching. Casey Marshall, Christy Bowen was a Big 8 pitcher of the week last week, and Barb Wright, all 3 pitchers have thrown very well. And they're the ones that you hand the ball to, and they have to get the job done. So in fast pitch softball, pitching is the name of the game, and we've got 3 real good ones.
All right. Pitching, defense, pretty much the same.
All the same. And there's Spunky the dog, the biggest MU fan on the face of the world.
I won't even make a comment about that.
Is that Spunky's owner? We don't know.
Another Missouri softball fan.
We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 MU with the lead. Casey Marshall, one of the best in the game, pitching terrifically today. And we'll probably see that Big 8 pitcher of the week, Christy Bowen, in the finals.
I'm still getting over Spunky the dog myself.
He's spunky, I'll tell you that.
There's no doubt about that. And some fans relaxing and watching some Missouri Tiger softball.
Tony Flood, the leadoff hitter for Eastern Michigan, will start off the inning. Flood, Godfrey, and Anne-Marie Moss due up to face Casey Marshall. There you see her stats. 5 innings of work, no runs, 8 strikeouts. Truly overpowering today. Let's take a look at Tony Flood. Mouthpiece in, just in case she gets popped in the face. Tony Flood will try to get a rally going for Eastern Michigan. Trailing by 5.
One of the better hitters on the Eastern Michigan Ball Club. Let's see if she can solve Casey Marshall.
No one else has.
Not so far.
First pitch is fouled out of play. Down the third base line.
And play for the Eagles, number 8.
Creighton University starting to walk up to the bleachers. They'll be playing in the championship game. That's strike 2, a beautiful changeup on the outside corner.
And as they've done with Tony Flood this entire ball game, they're playing Hikett right next to Casey Marshall in that sort of, I guess, a zone defense.
The shift is on as she pops it sky high, shallow center field. Terry Young is there, right on the edge of the dirt to make the play.
A good idea by Flood. She tried to bloop it in over the defense, which was drawn in, but hung it up there, and the center fielder was able to get underneath that and catch it, Young.
That'll bring up number 21, Don Godfrey. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Just missed a home run her first time up by flying deep to left field. Godfrey is a sophomore from Walled Lake, Michigan. Hits that one hard, right to Gina Anderson at second. Scoops over to first to make the play. 2 up, 2 down.
Down to 4 outs now for Eastern Michigan softball team. The Eagles.
That'll bring up Anne-Marie Moss, also 0 for 2 with a strikeout, one of the 8 victims of Casey Marshall.
Number 14, Anne-Marie Moss.
Strike one. This is the first time in this tournament that Mizzou has gone past the 5th inning. They've had the 7-run rule in every single game, first 3 games of this tournament.
This is a tough Eastern Michigan team.
Up high for ball 1.
Missouri's pitching is just absolutely dominating so far in this tournament, though.
That one's drilled to left field. That has a chance to go. It's off the very top of the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double for Anne-Marie Moss. That one just barely stayed in the park. Casey Marshall got a fastball up in the strike zone. It doesn't matter how good you are as a pitcher. If you put a pitch there, the batter is going to nail it at this level. We're going to take a look at it right here. It just barely stayed in the park. Right off the top of the wall, about 200 feet away from home plate. That brings up Tracy Haydu, the cleanup hitter for Eastern Michigan. 2 outs. They need to keep it going to stay in this game.
Well, if you notice, Ben, all 3 pitches that Casey has had little problems with, it seems like, have been hanging curveballs.
Curveball's a great pitch when you can really control it. But once you miss it, if it hangs up there, you're going to be in trouble. We have a little delay here as the Eastern Michigan's going to have a pinch runner come out for Anne-Marie Moss. It's going to be number 4, Dana Quigley, junior outfielder from Phoenix, Arizona.
Number 4, Dana Quigley.
There you take a look at Dana. Chance to become the first Eastern Michigan Eagle to cross home plate today against Casey Marshall. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, Mizzou leading 5-0. Tracy Haydu, number 16 for Eastern, will try to get the job done and keep this rally going for Eastern. Down low for a ball.
Missouri defense straight away right now.
Strike 1, outside corner.
I wouldn't imagine they'll be too worried about the runner at second. It's only 1 run. They're up 5 at this point.
Curveball outside corner, fouled back and out of play. 4 as it rolls into the golf course.
That's about a par 3.
That pitch taken high and inside. 2-2, 2 outs. 5 of the 6th inning, 5-0 Mizzou with the lead. Marshall's bread and butter pitch has been the high fastball. That's what they've been swinging at. Comes with a low inside pitch, fouled off down the third base line.
Got around a little bit too quick on that pitch. Casey took a little bit of speed off the ball.
She put it in an area where the only thing you could do was foul it off. Terrific pitch by Casey Marshall. High fastball, she lays off it this time. Ball 3, the count runs full.
Missouri does have the base open at first, so you don't want to just pitch it right across the middle. You don't want to give her anything too good to hit.
The runner goes, she swings and misses. Strikeout number 9 for Casey Marshall. And Eastern Michigan comes up empty once again.
And she didn't give her anything good to hit.
No, she didn't. We're going to head to the top of the 7th inning. But first off, we got to talk with Connie Miner, the coach of Eastern Michigan, about the recent games on the road.
Well, it's combined. We just got back from Florida also, and we were there Thursday. We got back early Monday morning. We had Monday off, and Tuesday we came back and played. We practiced Wednesday. We're back on a plane Thursday. So I felt like we were dragging a little bit this morning. We weren't quite ready. I think we woke up in the 5th inning, but that's no excuses. We expect them to handle that, and it's going to happen during our season. So the other way to look at it, we learned a lot, and they're very disappointed in how they came out. So I think that won't happen again with this team. They've learned a tough lesson.
Okay, thanks.
And we're back here at Mizzou. Tanya Miner talking about the lessons that they've learned. As you see the stats there, Missouri Tigers have outscored their opponents 39-1 so far in the Mizzou Softball Invitational. You really can't get any better than that, Eric.
No, usually you'll win ball games like that.
Just a few. As you take a look at Marcy Kelly, the pitcher from Boulder, Colorado. Trying to keep Mizzou from scoring and give her team a chance to come back in the bottom of the 7th. Jane Lannis is going to lead it off for Mizzou, the senior third baseman from Chesterfield, Missouri. Parkway Central graduate. Lannis 1 for 3 on the afternoon, has reached on an error and grounded a single into center field. Takes it up high for ball 1.
Outfield playing fairly shallow right now.
Nice pitch on the outside corner. 1-1 the count.
25, J.D. Lennon.
That'll go back to the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the 7th. Janie Lannis, Dana Way, and Mary Babb come to plate for Mizzou.
Got some good hitters coming up in the top of the 7th here. Try to add to their 5-0 lead.
That one's popped straight up and out of play. Right past the concession stand. The concession stand's been a target for a lot of foul balls so far today. Two balls and 2 strikes the count here in the 7th inning. Mizzou Softball Invitational on TCI Channel 20. Ben McMahon along with Eric Troutman. Jenny Lannis takes that ball up high. The winner gets Creighton in the finals of this wonderful tournament. Jenny Lannis pops it straight up in the air. Huddle around the mound. First baseman, number 15 for Eastern Michigan, Christy Berry, kind of snow cones that one, but makes the catch. Up next will be Dana Way, the left fielder for the Tigers. Dana ripped the ball in the left fielder last time up with a double. 1 for 3 on the afternoon game. And 2 for 2 in the morning game. Hitting the ball really well right now. She takes a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marcy Kelly seemed to be hitting her stride right now.
I was just about to say that, Ben.
Surprise bump by Dana Way. She is going to be safe. They throw the ball away, but the right fielder, number 9, Sherry Harper, does a good job in backing up the play.
Very good job by Harper. Heads up. Always supposed to be backing up a play. That's her job at that position, and she did a good job at that.
Right there, she saved an extra base being taken on the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Good heads-up defense. That'll bring up freshman Mary Babb. 0 for 3 on the afternoon.
Number 12, Mary Babb.
Looking for a chance to add on to the lead.
And Missouri just seems to keep coming.
Up high, Dana Way's on her way to second. She's there, a wild throw, but backed up by the center fielder, Flood. Dana Way in with another stolen base for the Lady Tigers.
And now they got a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Just like that. That's what that speed will do for you. Makes it a lot easier to score runs. Dana away on second. Mary Babb up at the plate. Here's the pitch, fouled straight back right into your view.
Got the front row seat.
Pitch to Babb, taken up high for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mary. Dana away on second base in scoring position with only 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. 7th and last inning unless Eastern Michigan can come up with at least 5 runs in the bottom half of the frame. Beautiful curveball in the outside corner for strike 2.
Third baseman and first baseman inching in towards the plate a little bit.
That one's popped up in the air, shallow center field, floods underneath it. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning.
Too shallow to tag on. Way will stay at second base.
Mary Babb just seems to be just barely missing the ball this game. She's been hitting the ball real well all year long, and she's just missing it this one.
Her timing just seems to be just maybe a quarter of a second off on each swing.
Now bring up Barb Wright, the hitting hero of the game. 2 for 3, RBI double, runs scored. What else can she do? She pitched an excellent game this morning, getting the Tigers into the semifinal game, and she's helping to get them into the finals. Pitch taken low and inside for ball 1. Pitch swung on and missed by Barb Wright. I think it's the first time I've seen her swing and miss a ball. Just an excellent hitter.
See Dana Way inching her way off of second base. But of course, not before the pitch leaves the pitcher's hand.
Of course. That'd be an automatic out if you do that. Curveball outside corner. Fouled out of play behind the first base dugout. And off go the little kids on the races to get it. Barb Wright, only a freshman. A lot of young talent on this team. Fastball blows it by her as she strikes out Barb Wright to end the inning and the threat. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mizzou leading Eastern Michigan by a score of 5-0. Can Casey Marshall complete the game and get a shutout? We'll soon find out. Tigers have 10 hits on the game. Eastern Michigan has 2.
Off the field right now, Creighton is warming up for the winner of this game. As we mentioned before, will be playing in this game shortly after.
As of right now, it looks like it's going to be Mizzou, as Creighton is just throwing garbage all over us right now.
They're running by the van.
There you see some of the partners in crime. Their big CU jackets on.
For the Tigers in the top of the 7th, None, no hit, 1 error and 1 left. Going into the bottom of the 7th, Tigers lead 5-0.
Weather warming up just a little bit outside, still a little chilly, but nice softball weather.
Val Canfield's going to come up for Eastern Michigan. 3 home runs already on the season. 1 legitimate power hitter that Eastern Michigan has in their lineup.
She definitely has some pop in her bat.
She's 0 for 2. Casey Marshall's kept her under wraps with a strikeout and a grind out to second base.
As we said, only 1 run given up so far in this tournament by Missouri pitchers.
And Mizzou has already beaten Creighton in this tournament 7-0 behind the pitching of guess who? Casey Marshall.
I thought so. Yeah, she pitched very well in that game, I remember. And got a lot of offensive support in that game as well.
Here's the pitch. Pops it up and out of play. So you get a good look at Brandy Jones. He'll be catching Most likely Christy Bowen.
And the championship game scheduled for 4 o'clock. Maybe a little bit later than that because this game's still going on. It'll start approximately 20 minutes after the completion of this game.
Pitch is grounded foul. Janie Lanus will touch it. Be strike 2. When Val Canfield.
And the chances are slowly dwindling down for Eastern Michigan in winning this ball game.
0-2 the count. Let's see if Marshall comes back upstairs with a high heater. Try to record another strikeout.
Let's see what Brandy Jones calls here. I think she's calling the change up here.
It's on the outside corner. Beautiful play by Janie Lanus over to Hike at first base. 1 away.
Very nice play on the short hop there at third base.
Janie Lanus showed some great range there at third base. She can cover a lot of ground. That allows Mary Babb to play closer towards the middle to take away any ground balls up the middle. Up comes Christy Berry, the first baseman for Eastern Michigan. Has to jump out of the way of that one. Ball 1. Mizzou 2 outs away from reaching the finals. Curveball a little bit outside, ball 2.
Creighton preparing for their upcoming match.
That one's grounded. The shortstop takes a bad hop, goes over Mary Babb's glove, and into left field for a base hit.
Sharply hit ball there by Christy Berry.
Only the 3rd hit on the afternoon for Eastern Michigan. That'll bring up Sherry Harper. She has struck out in both of her plate appearances so far against KC Marshall.
Harper, the sophomore from Garden City, Michigan. As we said, not probably the most powerful hitter on the team.
Might have a pinch runner coming out for Christy Berry. Indeed we are. It's going to be number 20, Rhonda Hylock, freshman from Millington, Michigan. There you see her, number 20. Good speed. They must start a rally right now in order to stay alive in this tournament. 5 runs is a big obstacle to overcome against KC Marshall.
Yeah, especially with KC Marshall on the mound, there's no doubt.
There's that high fastball again. She swings once again. You're not going to hit that pitch. KC Marshall just throws too hard to hit that high fastball. Strike 1. Up a little high, and Harper lays off it this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one swung on and missed. Off to second base on the swing will go the pinch runner for Eastern Michigan. Haylock advances to second base on the swing and miss. 1-2 the count. Runner on second, 1 away. Bottom of the 7th inning. Do or die for Eastern Michigan. Here's the pitch, and that's 1 more gone. Casey Marshall has recorded her 10th strikeout. She has reached double figures once again.
And only 1 out left for Eastern Michigan. And it seems like Casey Marshall isn't slowing down at all. That pitch had a lot of zip on it.
Melissa Drouillard just missed a home run last time up. She'll step in, and she hits it high, deep, right center field. Terry Young underneath it makes the play at the wall. And this game is history. The Missouri Tigers have beaten Eastern Michigan Eagles 5-0 behind the pitching of Casey Marshall and some timely hitting. Marshall goes the distance, 7 innings, gives up 3 hits and strikes out 10. So the final game of the Mizzou Softball Invitational will be Missouri against Creighton in a rematch of a game on Friday. And we'll have it for you here on TCI 20. For Eric Troutman, Lori Canomas, our producer, Suzanne Fontaine, our wonderful director, I'm Ben McMahon. We'll see you in a few.
Bye-bye.
For getting your tournament t-shirts, official tournament t-shirts. The next session stands for a larger prize of only $6. Tournament t-shirts and concession stand. Friends, we're going to have our barrel toss. Good.
Welcome back to University Field on the campus of the University of Missouri for TCI Channel 20's coverage of the Mizzou National Invitational Softball Tournament. Now we have the championship game. It's down to these two teams, Creighton University and the Lady Tigers of Missouri. These two teams did meet earlier in the tournament on the first day on Friday for round-robin play. Missouri went home with a 7-0 victory behind the power hitting of Dana Way as she had a home run and brought in 4 runs. Mizzou hopes to have a little bit of the same, and Creighton hopes to have a whole new story. Teams got here. First of all, Missouri. They beat their opponent last game, the tough Eastern Michigan squad, the Eagles, led by Casey Marshall. The Mizzou Tigers pitching ace went 7 innings the distance, gave up only 3 hits, struck out 10, and only walked 1. As far as lineups go, for Creighton University, leading off playing designated player, she'll just be hitting, is number 2, Shelly Esser, a junior from Newell, Minnesota. Hitting second is number 10, Wendy Moon, their shortstop. She's from San Clemente and is a senior. Hitting third is the first baseman, power hitting D.D. Pendleton. In the cleanup spot, center fielder, that'll be Christy Lunsford. Hitting fifth is the Gold Glove quality type third baseman, Shanae Aguilera. Hitting sixth and catching will be Cecily Amato. She wears number 18 and is a freshman from Nevada City, California. Hitting seventh and playing second base will be number 1, Julie Woodley. Hitting eighth in right field, number 9, Cheryl Cormier. She's a junior from Massachusetts. And hitting in the 9th spot is the right fielder, number 11, Heather Kelly. On the mound for the Creighton Jays, who will be the home team in this game, is number 6, Lauren Kennedy, a junior pitcher from Scottsdale, Arizona. Coming into this tournament, Kennedy had a record of 4 wins with only 1 defeat, a fine ERA of 2.61. She has 6 starts, 5 of them have been complete games. She's worked 48 in the 3rd innings with 18 strikeouts and 19 walks. Leading off for Mizzou, in the usual spot will be Terry Young, senior center fielder. Hitting second will be Janie Lanus, playing third. Third spot will be Dana Way, the left fielder. Like I said before, she tore up Creighton pitching in the first game on Friday. Hitting in the cleanup slot, shortstop Mary Babb, followed by designated player Barb Wright. Hitting 6th, Gina Anderson. 7th, power hitting Tiffany Hike. In the 8th spot, catcher Brandy Jones, and batting 9th will be right fielder Karen Persinger. And pitching will be Christy Bowen. And Terry Young steps in. Here we go for the championship game. First pitch taken for strike 1. And we're off. 2 best teams in this field are meeting for the championship. Missouri looking to continue their domination of the opponents. They've outscored their opponents 39-1 in this tournament so far. And immediately Terry Young is in a hole 0-2. I'm Ben McMahon here for the rest of the crew in the Missouri softball tournament here on Columbia, on the campus of Columbia, Missouri. Oh, Terry Young bloops it into center field. It's going to fall for a base hit. She just simply hits the ball to where they are not. A terrific job of hitting by the senior, Terry Young, and she does have speed. Look for her to be going immediately. She usually doesn't waste any time. First pitch, and she's gone. Janie Lanus, the third baseman, will be hitting second. Where's number 25 for the Tigers? Fakes the bunt, takes it up high and inside. Knocks her helmet down. Lauren Kennedy, as soon as she saw that bunt come up, she said, nuh-uh, sit back down. You see Lannis's career numbers, a .226 hitter with 38 runs batted in. There goes Young. She stops and goes back to first as the ball is high for ball 2. Landis out in front of Kennedy, 2-0. Looking at the signs from Coach Miller. There's the speedster, Terry Young, on first base. Pitch is a jam job in the inside corner. Shortstop fields it on one hop. Moon over to first, not in time as Landis beats it out. An infield single to the shortstop, and Mizzou has their first 2 hitters on base. Very good start for the Tigers as they continue their dominance of the oppositions in this tournament. 28, Mary Dana Way will be up. The senior, she has started every game in her career except for one. This is her senior year, so she will be going out after this one. The runners go. Now they head back. Terry Young was more than halfway down the second base line. Decided to come back after that pitch was called a ball. She shows bunt, puts it down, a beautiful one. Third baseman Aguilera throws out Dana Way. Aguilera is one of the best fielding third basemen you'll see in college softball. She makes the play terrifically, a nice sacrifice by Dana Way. And now you have runners at second and third with only 1 out for freshman hitting sensation Mary Babb. Mary Babb hit a home run in the first game between these two teams. She's hitting .342 on the year. Nice curveball called for strike 1. Terrific pitch. One won the count. Runners on second and third for Mary Babb. Dons a sweatshirt. It is getting a little bit chilly out here. Pulls that pitch foul. 0-2 in a hole is Babb. Teams have been playing since 8 o'clock this morning, both at Faroe Field and here at University Field on the softball complex. Been a busy day due to the rainouts yesterday, but today there's been no rain, sunny, a little bit chilly, but a great day for softball. Here's the pitch by Kennedy. Babb pops it straight up in the air, and the second baseman will make the catch. Willie squeezes it, and there's 2 outs. That's the one thing you don't want to happen right there. Runners on second and third, and she pops it up in the infield, cannot advance any runners. That'll bring up number 23, Barb Wright. Excellent pitcher, excellent hitter, excellent player. Barb Wright's only a freshman from Ontario. She was 0 for 2 in the first meeting between the two teams. Pitch is fouled off down the third base line, strike 1. Wright was 2 for 4. The game just completed before this one against Eastern Michigan. She had a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Kennedy looks in on the sign. Here's the pitch. Pops that one straight back foul. 0-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Missouri is threatening. They have runners on second and third. Barb Wright has a hole to dig out of right now, and Lauren Kennedy will try to end this inning right here. Fouls that one out of play. In the first game between the two teams, Mizzou didn't score in the first inning, but racked up 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth. And to end the game with a 7-run rule, they won 7-0 after 5 innings. This time they're trying to get out of the gate a little bit quicker. Nice changeup. Barb Wright stays alive by tapping it foul. Around the infield, you have Aguilera at third, Moon at short, Woodley second base, and Pendleton at first. Battery of Amato and Kennedy in the outfield of Cormier, Lunsford, and Kelly for the Creighton Lady Jays. Inside and high, ball one. Lauren Kenny does have a lot of pitches to throw here. She's ahead of the batter. Doesn't want to give too good of a pitch to hit. Ground ball, second base, over to first. Nice play by Woodley. And Barb Wright can't come through. We're through at the top half of the first inning. We had a chance to speak with Jay Miller, and he said the key to having good pitchers is a lot of different things.
Well, the big key for the pitchers in terms of is their work ethic and the kind of work and effort they're going to put in, once they get here. Their learning and their development never really stops. And hopefully when we get them as freshmen, if they put the time and effort into things, then they can get better and better each year. We've been real fortunate to have some outstanding pitchers here at Missouri. Karen Snellgrove, Teresa Wilson, some of the best pitchers in the country and in the world. So we hope that this group will continue that.
Do you know?
Coach Miller definitely does have a lot of good pitchers, and they do put forth the effort. See Christy Bowen there. She'll be making her first appearance of this tournament. A fine record of 4-1 with an ERA of 2.02. A terrific ERA, but on this staff, it's third best. She has started 5 games, has pitched 41 and 2/3 of innings in 12 games total, 7 relief appearances. Given up 41 hits, only walked 9, and has struck out 15. And she was the pitcher of the week last week in the Big 8. She'll be facing a lineup of Shelly Esser, Wendy Moon, and Dee Dee Pelton here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Creighton Lady Jays. Creighton defeated Detroit 7-1 and Southwest Missouri State 3-2 to reach the championship game to face the Tigers. Missouri has won 12-1 and 12-1 against Wisconsin Green Bay earlier this morning. They beat Eastern Michigan. The game before this behind the pitching of Casey Marshall. Bowen delivers a ball. Ball one. Ball two, a little bit high, as Esser is one of those running at the ball type of hitters also. She'll just place the ball and use her speed. Strike on the inside corner from Bowen. Esser came into the tournament hitting 167, only 18 at-bats. 3 strikeouts, and 3 stolen bases. Nice change up. Esser couldn't do anything about it. Strike 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So after throwing 2 first pitch balls, she comes back with 2 strikes. Fastball up high and sends her back to the bench with a strikeout. 1 away for Mizzou. Bowen's a junior out of Baldwin, Missouri. She attended Parkway West High School, but she's earned 2 letters so far here at Mizzou. See Dee Dee Pendleton warming up on deck. Wendy Moon, shortstop, wearing number 10, will come to the plate. Moon hits .259 coming into the tournament with 14 hits and 5 runs batted in on the year. Pitch by Bowen, beautiful, right at the knees for strike 1. Change up, taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike. As you can see, Bowen loves to change the speed to keep the hitters off balance. Not really an overpowering pitcher. Likes to hit her spots. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Two strikes. Look for Moon to try to shorten her swing and just make some contact to get on base. Here's the pitch by Bowen. Change up, pulled down the left field line. It's going to be fair. There might be a play at second. They hold her to a long singer. Nice play by Dana Way in left field to get to the ball really quick. A changeup just a little bit too high from Bowen, and Wendy Moon deposited it down the left field line. For a single, that'll bring up Dee Dee Pendleton, number 19 for the Lady Jays. Pendleton came in hitting .226, but does have 12 runs batted in to lead the squad. Taps that one foul at the plate. The Missouri defense has Landis at third, Babb at short, Anderson at second, Hike at first. The battery of Jones and Bowen, who's pitching. Outfield of Way, Young, and Persinger. Here's the pitch from Bowen. Down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 away. Here in the bottom of the first inning in the championship game of the Mizzou Invitational Softball Tournament between Creighton and Mizzou. First game between these two teams, Pendleton was 1 for 2. Shows bunt, squares away, hits it. Knocked down by Bowen. She's going to have to hustle. She had to play it first, but didn't throw it. A little bit of a mental lapse. And Creighton is threatening with runners at first and second with 1 away. Bowen did a good job of just getting the ball up there. Her glove up there to stop the ball. Knocked it down. And she had plenty of time to gun her at first, but Tiffany Ike had a little trouble getting back to cover. And Bowen didn't feel that she'd be there to catch it, so she didn't throw it. Lunsford steps in for Creighton, their cleanup hitter. Strike on the outside corner for strike 1. Bowen will probably try to get her to pull something on the ground to Babb and turn a double play. Fouls that one off. Took a big swing at a low outside pitch. Lunsford is 1 for 2 in the first 2 meetings. In the meeting between these two teams. That was against Brandy Wright, though. This is the first time they've seen Christy Bowen, and Coach Miller has a little discussion with his troops. You would think that he would be talking about a possible bunt, but since Lunsford has 2 strikes on her, you don't think she's going to be bunting right here. They just want to line their defense and know what they're doing with the ball if it's hit to them. And gets her to chase the low inside pitch. Second strikeout for Bowen. Big out there, and that'll bring up Shawnee Aguilera, the fine fielding third baseman for the Creighton Lady Jays.
Batting next for Creighton, number 7, Shawnee Aguilera.
Aguilera was 0 for 3 in the first game. She hits that one over the right field wall and just over my head. For a foul ball for strike 1. Aguilera was 0 for 3 in the first game and struck out twice. Sitting .219 for the year with 4 RBIs. That one's down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runners on first and second, bottom half of the first inning in the championship game for the Mizzou Invitational Softball Tournament. Creighton trying to get on the board first. Lady Tigers trying to stop them. Here's the pitch from Christy Bowen. Up high, strike 2, throw down to first, she's safe. Quick toss by Brandy Jones. 1 and 2, Bowen trying to strike out the side with a few hits scattered in between. Change up, popped high in the air, shallow right field, and it is caught by the right fielder. You are watching Mizzou Softball on TCI, Channel 20.
If you're in business, you know advertising can be a hit or miss proposition. Some is off target. And even the big idea can fall short. But advertising on cable TV is a surefire way to reach your most likely customer. Because whoever you're aiming for, there's a cable channel that targets your buyers in your area. Cable TV advertising. It works.
Call TCI Advertising Sales today.
Sometimes there's not a thing to watch on TV.
There's way too many repeats.
Everything is so expensive.
I want more movies for less money.
More movies, less money, more movies. Heard you? And we've got the solution. Introducing Stars, the brightest new idea on a premium channel. You want the hottest movies, the biggest names, the lowest price? You got it.
For only $5.95 a month, you can get Stars, plus Encore, and the monthly cable guide. It's a deal that you can't beat. Call to order today.
Welcome back to University Field here on the campus of University of Missouri. Missouri and Creighton scoreless, head into the top of the second inning in the championship game of the softball tournament here. Up for the Tigers will be Gina Anderson, Tiffany Hike, and Brandy Jones to face Lauren Kennedy, a right-handed pitcher for the Creighton Lady Jays. The first game between the two teams, Gina Anderson was 1 for 2 and scored a run, as the Tigers won that one 7-0. This is the inning where they started their scoring rampage against Creighton in the first game. So, see if things will be different this time. Strike one called on the inside corner. A little bit inside and low, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to the hitter, Gina Anderson. Anderson's a sophomore from Glencoe, Missouri, Lafayette High School. She can play the infield or outfield. Very versatile player. Change up. She waits on as long as she can. That's over to Aguilera. And it's going to be a foul ball, they call it. And Aguilera is really like hitting in the black hole. It's going to go right in her mitt and come right back out and get you. She's a terrific fielding third baseman. Outfield playing normal depth for Gina. Infield is too. Here's the pitch. Up high for ball 2. Two and two, 2 up. Gina Anderson leading off the second inning. Inside, ball 3, full count. Gina likes to crowd the plate. Lauren Kennedy wants the part of the inside plate also. Time is called. Pitch drilled. Aguilera snares it at third. It's going to be another foul ball. You cannot get anything by her. She is just incredible. That was a terrific backhanded play, even though the ball was foul. Gina Anderson was the team's Rookie of the Year last year. She played 49 games. Had 31 hits, a 226 average, and she rips it, and she played pepper with Aguilera 3 times and lost every single one in that at bat. 1 away, hard hit ball. That brings the slugger, Tiffany Hike, up for the Lady Tigers. Last season, Hike hit 294. Freshman year, she hit 292. Those are her career average right there of 293 with 59 RBIs coming into this year. Here's the pitch. She fakes the bunt, but she went around strike 1. She led her Parkway West team to the 1988 Missouri Class 3A 4A state championship. It was a 4-time first-team all-conference pick in high school. She's continued her success here at the University of Missouri, that is for sure. Rips that one into left field. It's snapped by the shortstop, and she is out. Low liner off the end of the bat. Wendy Moon snares in for Creighton. Good defensive effort so far for the Creighton Lady Jays behind Lauren Kennedy. Brandy Jones will step in, the catcher for Mizzou. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. She was the most improved player for last year's squad. She hit .228 in 45 games. Takes ball 1. I think we'll get a chance to look at Tiffany Hike's smash off the end of her bat that Wendy Moon snared in for Creighton after this pitch. That one's hit over to Wendy Moon at shortstop. She's going to bobble this one, and she's going to be safe at first on the air. That was just a simple case of letting the ball play you. Wendy Moon, instead of charging the ball, kind of backed up a few steps and enabled the ball to take a bad hop and off in front of her leg. You got to be aggressive as a fielder and stand your ground, stand your toes, take a charge of the ball, and pick the hop that you want to get it at. Because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble letting the ball play you, and that's exactly what happened to Wendy Moon there. That brings up Karen Persinger, number 17, the 9th hitter for the Tigers. She takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Persinger's a 300 hitter on the year. Not bad for your number 9 spot. Takes it low, ball 1. There are 2 outs, and Brandy Jones has reached on the error here for the Tigers. Runner on first. We are scoreless in the top of the 2nd inning. Persinger rips that one in the left field on a rope. Fielded now bobbled by the left fielder. Cormier throws to third. Brandy Jones is going to be safe, and Persinger's going to take second on the play. That'll be a single and an error on the left fielder, enabling Brandy Jones to go to third and Persinger to second.
Up next for the Tigers, number 2, Harry.
So after 2 fine defensive plays by the Creighton Lady Jays, 2 errors have cost them, and now Mizzou has a chance to go out in front early. Runners at second and third, the senior Terry Young, who singled her first time up, steps into the plate. Infield very shallow for Terry. Strike 1 called on the inside corner. Just outside there, Lauren Kennedy. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. 2 errors have cost the Lady Jays here in the 2nd inning. Terry Young hits it in the shallow center field. That's going to be caught by Lunsford, and the inning is over for the Tigers. So they get no runs, 1 hit. There were 2 errors. And Creighton will be up here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. We're tied 0-0. Christy Bowen allowed 2 hits in the 1st inning for the Tigers. She did strike out 2 and got Shawnee Aguilera to fly out to right field to end the inning.
For the Tigers, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 left. Going into the bottom of the 2nd, still no score.
Bottom of the 2nd inning here. Creighton will send Cicely Amato, Julie Woodley, and Cheryl Cormier to the plate to face Christy Bowen. Mizzou doing their warm-ups between innings. See the sweatshirts now being donned by a lot of the Mizzou players. The weather is getting a little bit chilly here on a Sunday afternoon, but still sunny skies. A lot of sports being played today. 2 softball games, 1 at Faroe Field, 1 here at University Field, and a baseball game over at Simmons Field here for the University of Missouri. So a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Creighton is definitely the loudest team of the teams. They are very, very happy group of women. They love to cheer for each other, and they have some pretty good cheers to go along with it. Some good rhythm there. Cicely Amato, the freshman catcher, will lead it off for Creighton in the bottom of the 2nd inning against Bowen. Hits it right in front of the plate. Brandy Jones out, throws to first. Hike retires her. 1 away on 1 pitch. As a reminder, here on TCI Channel 20, we will bring you Missouri men's baseball from Simmons Field. We'll do about 7 telecasts this year, so please look forward to watching that. He's got a darn good baseball team. We'll also do 2 more softball games, so this is not the last opportunity. You'll get to see the women play. Julie Woodley's going to step in for Creighton. Last year she hit .323 with 3 runs batted in, you see there. It's that one foul. This year, she's had that .323 average once again with 5 doubles. Very consistent hitter. Woodley's a junior from California. Nice pitch, a little bit low, and Brandy Jones didn't like the call. Change up, lifted into the air, shallow center field. Terry Young covers it easily. 2 away for the Lady Jays of Creighton. They'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Cheryl Cormier.
For Creighton, number 9, Cheryl Cormier.
Cormier is a junior from Massachusetts. Outfielder for the Lady Jays. First pitch, hit on the ground. Mary Babb charges in. She's going to have to rifle it. She does, and not in time. As Hike kind of bobbled the ball. She would have beaten that out anyway. Nice hustle and job there by Cormier. 2 outs. Creighton has their first runner of the inning on. And that'll bring up number 11, Heather Kelly, freshman outfielder from Omaha, Nebraska, Burke High School. Strike 1 called. Bowen's keeping the ball very low. Real good job of pitching. When she does that, Mizzou's going to be in good shape. See Heather Kelly's numbers, hitting .292, 1 run batted in coming into the tournament. Pitch right over the middle, strike 2. Nice curveball. 1 strike away from getting out of the inning is Christy Bowen. And Getzer is swinging a low inside one for the 3rd out. We're scoreless after 2 innings of play here on TCI Channel 20.
Vans, and more vans. Joe Mockin Sport, your #1 truck dealer, is now your conversion van headquarters. See the largest selection of conversion vans in mid-Missouri. Osage vans, Mark III, American Coach, and Smitty's. Volume sales mean you get the lowest prices in the state. Conversion vans starting at just $17,995, plus a large selection of pre-owned conversion vans. Before you buy a conversion van, go to your leading truck and van center, Joe Mockin Ford, Columbia.
You can advertise in the newspaper, but your message may not get delivered. You can advertise on the radio, but what you say may not be heard. But if you really want to reach out and grab them, advertise on local cable on USA Network. Together, we'll deliver. For local cable advertising on USA, ESPN, and other cable networks in Columbia, call 874-0422.
Welcome back to University Field for the championship game of the Missouri Softball Invitational Tournament between the Creighton Lady Jays and the University of Missouri Tigers. We're scoreless heading to the 3rd inning as Missouri will send Janie Lanus, Dana Way, and Mary Babb to the plate. Lauren Kennedy doing a fine job of pitching for Creighton. She has given up 3 hits, but has gotten out of all the jams. The defense put her in a real tight one last inning by committing 2 errors, but she was able to get her way out of it. Creighton has also collected 3 hits off Christy Bowen. Lots more sports action on TCI 20 coming this semester. First baseball game will be April 5th. 7 o'clock starting time as the University of Missouri will do battle with the Kansas Jayhawks. Be sure to catch it April 5th here on TCI 20. Lennis singled her first time up. Takes a pitch down low for a ball. 1-0. She bunts it down, foul behind home plate. Cicely Amato. Throw it back to Lauren Kennedy, and we'll do it again. Curveball up high. 2 balls, 1 strike with Janie Lanus. That one's popped up out of play again. Another foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. Jenny Lanus leading it off for the University of Missouri. Tough, hard-nosed competitor at third base. .250 hitter on the season. Here's the pitch. Struck her out as she reached for an outside fastball. Strikeout number 1 for Lauren Kennedy, number 6 for Creighton. I'll bring Dana Way up to the plate. Senior wearing number 28, left fielder. Excellent all-around athlete, a lot of speed. She's stolen 8 bases so far this year. Rips that one right up the middle. Clean base hit for Dana Way, and look for her to go on the first pitch, probably. Missouri tries to start a rally here. Mary Babb, the shortstop who popped up to second her first time up, will be coming to the plate. There goes Babb. The bunt is put down. And beautifully sacrificing the runner over is Babb as Dana Way advances to second base. So a runner on second, 2 away. It's up to Barb Wright to try to get her home. Wright grounded out to second her first time up.
Number 23, Barbara Wright.
Lauren Kenny's doing a real good job of keeping the ball down low right now, making sure that the Zoo power hitters can't waft the ball up in the air and maybe hit one out. Dana Way on second. Here's the pitch. Inside, a little bit high, ball 1. Grounded sharply past third baseman, but it fouled. That's about the only way Aguilera is not going to get a ball if it's foul. I want to try a different part of the diamond if you want a ground ball base hit other than third base. One ball, 1 strike the count. Lauren Kennedy. Look for something inside, probably low. Inside, strike 2 as she foul tips it. That was a pitch that Barb Wright really should have hit. That ball was a little bit up in the strike zone. She just simply missed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dana Way at second base for the Tigers. Pitch is hit to third base. Aguilera comes up with it. Right on the money to first base. And Creighton Lady Jays hold off Mizzou once again. They leave a runner stranded, collecting their 4th hit. And we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Still scoreless. I guess they call it a foul ball. That's a pretty late call. The umpires on occasion have made some pretty late calls here. Aguilera wasn't too happy about that one. Fouls that one straight back. That was a pitch to hit again up in the strike zone. Barb Wright just missed that one. Nice cut at that one. Lauren Kenny's definitely going to try to keep the ball down low to Barb Wright here. Fastball at the knees, a little bit too low. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dana Way at second. We're scoreless here in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitch, got it up a little high, and she pays for it. That's going to bring in the first run of the inning. Barb Wright comes up with a key single up the middle, and the Missouri Tigers take a 1-0 lead. Kennedy got in trouble by getting the ball up in the strike zone once again. She doesn't have enough speed to get away with that. If she keeps it low, she's very good because she can hit her spots. But got the ball up to Barb Wright, and Wright made her pay for it. That'll bring up Gina Anderson, the second baseman. She lined out to Aguilera at third her first time up. That's in the dirt. Amato does a nice job of blocking it. Keeps the runner at first. .1993, Gina Anderson has a .226 batting average with 15 runs batted in. Very productive player. Pops that one high in the air on the surface of the outfield. That'll be caught, and the inning is now over. But the Lady Tigers have scored, and they now lead 1-0. We had a chance to talk with softball coach Jerry Miller about the differences in his pitchers on their pitching staff.
No, they're quite a bit different, really. Casey Marshall has been really our top pitcher so far. She throws good rise ball, good curve. Christy Bowen is more of a drop ball pitcher. And Barb Wright is a pretty good mixture. Her drop's her best pitch. It also throws a good rise and a good changeup. So they're three different types of styles, and they complement one another very well.
Coach Jay Miller, one of the most successful coaches in Missouri history. This is his 7th season. Produced a lot of very good pitchers, and he's got 3 of them on the staff now. There's Janie Lanus. Struck out her last time up, but a very hard-nosed defensive third baseman. 1-0 Missouri leads. Head into the bottom of the 3rd inning in the championship game of the Mizzou Softball Invitational. Another terrific tournament put on by Coach Miller and the rest of the staff here at Mizzou. A lot of good teams made their way here. Eastern Michigan, Creighton, just to name a few.
For Missouri in the top of the 3rd, 1 run off 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left.
We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Back up to the top of the lineup. Shelly Esser will be leading off. Strikeout victim her first time up. She'll be followed by Wendy Moon and Dee Dee Pendleton. Creighton has 3 hits through the first 2 innings. They'll be trying to add to that here in the bottom of the 3rd. The bunt is laid down. Out of the box comes Brandy Jones, and in time to get her at first, a terrific play by the catcher. Esser has a lot of speed and batting left-handed. It helps her to get out of the box a little bit quicker than a right-handed batter would. So Brandy Jones had to get out quick and have a hard throw to first, and she did it. Terrific play. That'll bring up Wendy Moon, number 10, the shortstop. For the Lady Jays, she has a .259 average with 5 runs batted in. Lined a single in the left field her first time up. Nice pitch on the outside corner, first strike. 220 to dead center field, 190 to both of the foul lines. Takes a pretty good poke to get it out of here. That one is ripped into the left center field gap. Terry Young's chasing it to the wall. Moon rounds first, going to second with a stand-up double. It's Creighton's 4th hit. As Christy Bowles just kind of hung a little curveball up there, and Wendy Moon deposited in the left center field gap. That'll bring up Dee Dee Pendleton, number 19 for the Lady Jays. .226, but she does have a team-leading 12 runs batted in this year. That one's drilled. That's going to be a base hit, and it's going to be RBI number 13 as Wendy Moon comes around to score. And staying at first base is Dee Dee Pendleton, and we are all tied up at 1 apiece. 5 hits now for the Lady Jays. Brandy Jones is going to have a little conversation with her pitcher. Another good piece of hitting by Dee Dee Pendleton. She might not have the best average in the world, but when you need a run home, Creighton turns to her, and she usually comes through. Her 13th RBI of the season. Ties the game at 1 apiece for the cleanup hitter, Chrissy Lunsford, the center fielder. She struck out her first time up. She's stepping up way up in the box, expecting real low stuff. Takes it for ball 1. She doesn't feel that Bowen can blow the ball by her, so she's stepping way up. Let's see what Bowen can do. Lunsford, an aggressive player, only a freshman. Oh, and that hit her. That's the first batter we've seen hit so far this tournament. Christy Bowen is just trying to brush her off the plate a little bit and got it in a little too close.
Number 7, that's Shawnee Aguilera.
3 straight Creighton Lady Jays have reached base now, and that brings up Shawnee Aguilera. The third baseman, runners on first and second, only 1 away. 4 RBIs on the season, a .219 average. Bowen's delivery. Ripped to second base, could be 2. Gina Anderson over to Babb, over to first, safe at first. Anderson had a little bit of trouble fielding the ball cleanly, and Mary Babb couldn't get out of the glove as quick. So runners are at the corners on the fielder's choice. That'll be scored 4-6. Second baseman to shortstop. Aguilera's hustle got her safe at first to keep the inning alive for Cicely Amato. Number 18, she's the freshman catcher out of Nevada City, California. She grounded out to first baseman Tiffany Hike her first time up. 2 away, runner on third. That'll be the leading run for Creighton. Game is tied 1-1, bottom of the third. Strike 1 called at the knees. Aguilera's at first. Pendleton's at third. Amato's at the plate. Here's the pitch from Bowen. Ripped down to third base. Lannis short hops it. Tough play. Makes it look easy. Nice play by Janie Lannis. 2 hits. 1 run comes across, and 2 are left stranded for the Creighton Jays. At the end of 3, we're tied at 1. We'll be back on TCI Channel 20 after these messages.
Attention truck buyers, trucks, and more trucks. Over 1,000 new and used trucks at your #1 truck dealer, Joe Machins Ford. The Truck Center features pickups, Explorers, Rangers, Aerostars, and conversion vans. See the #1 selling truck in America. Rebates, low-rate financing, the lowest prices in the state, and top trade allowances. Before you buy a new or used truck, see your leading truck dealer, Joe Machins Ford, Columbia.
If you're in business, you know you can pour a lot of money into advertising, trying to reach your potential customers. But if you think the results aren't adding up fast enough, add cable TV advertising to your plan. Cable's variety of programs let you target your best prospects right in your area. And cable is affordable, so you can afford to run more ads. Cable TV advertising. It works.
Call TCI Advertising Sales today.
Welcome back to University Field as Missouri and Creighton are tied 1 apiece, heading to the top of the 4th inning in the championship game of the Missouri Softball Invitational Tournament. 5 hits for Missouri through 3 innings, 7 for Creighton. A lot of base hits going on now. Tiffany Hike will lead it off for Mizzou. Try to get things going. The big first baseman wears number 21. 11 career home runs. Places her first on the all-time list for Tigers softball. She'll be followed by Brandy Jones and the number 9 hitter, Karen Persinger. Here's the pitch. Bunted again, right back to the pitcher. Not a good bunt. No one's covering first base, and she's going to be safe. I really don't understand why the first baseman plays so close on a hitter like Tiffany Hike. As you see there, 53 runs batted in coming into this year. She hits the ball hard. She laid down the bunt because she knew no one was covering first base, and she beat it out. This will probably be a sacrifice situation for Brandy Jones. There goes Hike. She misses the bunt. Hike goes into second, safe anyway with the stolen base. Good job of running by Tiffany Hike. That'll be her 5th stolen base in 5 tries so far this year. Brandy Jones tried to bunt that ball down, but could not do it. That was a good job of pitching by Lauren Kennedy to put the ball up there high. That's what you want to do when someone's showing bunt, because they either miss it or pop it up in the air. Another bunt. Great job of getting it down. Aguilera's only plays to first, and Hike is at third. That was a terrific bunt by Brandy Jones. Nice sacrifice. Once again, Kennedy threw the ball up high, but Brandy Jones was up to the task and put the ball down. It sets up Karen Persinger with an excellent opportunity to bring in the go-ahead run for the Tigers. Persinger lined a single into left field and went to second on the air. That's bounced. Nice job of stopping it by Amato. Tiffany Eck will have to stop at third. Persinger hitting a career best 300 so far this season. Does have 3 doubles to her credit. Up high, ball 2, 2-0. Leadoff hitter Terry Young on deck. Three and 0. Persinger will be taken here. Strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch. 3-1. Kennedy knew she had to throw a strike, but she didn't want to just lay one down the middle. Critical batter here for Kennedy. 1 out, runner on third. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the 4th inning. That's ball 4. Persinger will go to first. And she'll probably be going to second on the first pitch with a stolen base attempt. Terry Young, the leadoff hitter, 1 for 2 on the afternoon, steps up to the plate. Hitting .345 coming into today's action. She scored 14 runs. Coach Miller is going to call her over and have a little discussion. You know Persinger's going to go to second on this. The question is, are they going to try a suicide squeeze and maybe see if Hike can get in and score? Right now, it looks like Coach Miller's trying to read the lips of the Creighton coach, seeing what he's telling his ladies. Brent Vignes out there making sure the defense is okay, seeing if they want to throw through and maybe try to get the runner at second, which I don't imagine they will. But they're definitely going to have to watch for the bunt here from Terry Young. She's a master at it. Up high for ball 1. Persinger stays still. Terry Young, 1993, entering the season, she had a .336 career average. She's bumped it up a little bit with her .345 clip this year. There goes Persinger, takes it. They throw to the second baseman in close. Tiffany Hike was not biting, and Persinger's in at second with the stolen base. Runners at second and third now. 1 away, Terry Young. From Memphis, Missouri, the senior outfielder, one of the leaders of this team, has a chance to put the Tigers up with a base hit here. She hits it in the air. Beautiful play by shortstop Wendy Moon. That'll save a run, possibly, maybe even the game. Terrific play. Wendy Moon anticipated right off the bat where that ball was going to go. Dove and made the catch. Now bring up Janie Lanus, the third baseman of the Missouri Tigers. 2 away. Golden opportunity for the Tigers. See if they can cash in. And she jams her. She's going to get out of the inning as Dee Dee Pendleton squeezes it. And Missouri strands 2 more runners. They cannot cash in as they collect their 6th hit of the game. But still only 1 run to show for their efforts. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're tied at 1 apiece. Christy Bowen, the Tigers pitcher, will be facing Julie Woodley, Cheryl Cormier, and Heather Kelly. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We're tied at 1 apiece. Missouri went scoreless in the top of the 4th. Now it's Creighton's turn to try their luck. Bowen doesn't throw as hard as the other two starters, Barb Wright and Casey Marshall, but she does have pinpoint control and really changes her speeds to keep the hitters off balance. That's her strength. Julie Woodley, second on the team with a .323 average, also has 3 RBIs. She's a junior from California, and she'll be leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The championship game of the Missouri Softball Invitation here on TCI Channel 20. I'm Ben McMahon. And Christy Bowen's ready to deliver. Fastball perfectly thrown, strike 1. Strike 2 on the outside corner, right at the belt. Julie Woodley's in a hole early. That one's ripped to third. Janie Lanus is there, stops it over to Tiffany Height. And there's one away. Hard hit ball by Woodley, but Janie Lanus was up to the task as she fielded it cleanly and threw it over to first base. And in the bullpen is Casey Marshall. She of the 7-inning shutout to get the Tigers here, where she had 10 strikeouts. If they need any relief help, she'll be the one they go to. Cheryl Cormier, number 9. She grounded a single past Mary Babb, the shortstop, her first time up. Swings and misses, strike 1. Strike 2 on a curveball. Can't make contact. 0-2. Bowen going right after the hitters here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Little low and inside for ball 1. See if Bowen tries to get back to the outside corner here on this one. Curveball outside corner. Beautiful piece of hitting by Cormier. Single into right field. Persinger tries to get her at first, but it's not in time. 2 for 2. Cheryl Cormier is the 6th hit for the Lady Jays of Creighton. Persinger charges the ball very well from the outfield there. Number 17 she is. But Cormier is just a little bit too quick. And now bring up Heather Kelly, number 11 for Creighton. Strikeout victim her first time up. Kelly's only a freshman from Omaha, Nebraska, which is where Creighton is. Fine, .292 average. Tries to bunt, cannot do it, strike 1. Cormier does not have a stolen base yet this year. As a team coming into the tournament, the Lady Jays were only 11 of 21 in steals. Coach Vigness is talking to Heather Kelly, his young freshman. Figure a hit and run play of some sort would be on here. Heather's a fine hitter, a .292 average. There goes the runner. Stops as she sees it's not swung at, and that's called strike 2 at the letters. Oh, 2's the count. See if Bowen will try to waste a pitch and get her to go fishing. And she does, and she did. Strike 3. 2 away. 4th strikeout victim for Bowen today. And that'll bring up Shelly Esser, the leadoff hitter for the Jays. Number 2, the designated player. Great play by Brandy Jones to record her as an out last time she was up in the 3rd as she tried to bunt her way on. Back to the pitcher, Bowen, over to first, who's Gina Anderson covering. And the Missouri Tigers are out of the inning. 1 hit is given up, 1 person left. We're through 4 complete here at University Field. We're through 4 innings, and we are tied at 1 apiece. Terry Young, the senior leader of the Missouri Tigers, had a chance to talk with us about their trip to Hawaii.
I think this past weekend helped us out a lot. We started off slow in California and then really saw the really good teams out in Hawaii, and I think we realized what we had to do to be better. And as far as my job, I think probably try to get people more motivated before a game. Sometimes we seem like we're not really in the game when we start off, and I think that'll help us out a lot.
Service t-shirts at the concession stand, $5.
1-1 here, top of the 5th inning. See Terry Young talking. Terrific player she is. A lot of leadership she provides. Always on base as a leadoff hitter, and that's her job. She scores a lot of runs and steals a lot of bases. You can really see a difference in the way Missouri's playing softball right now as opposed to they were in the beginning of the year. They've really grown up as a team. They have a lot of young players they had to fit in, and now they're starting to gel together and look for positive things as the season goes on for the Tigers. Dana Way, Mary Babb, and Barb Wright will make their way to the plate here in the top of the 5th inning. In a pitcher's duel, we're tied at 1 apiece between Christy Bowen and Lauren Kennedy of Creighton. Danaway, a .259 career hitter, 59 runs batted in. Very productive player for Coach Jay Miller and the Tigers. She rips that one to the shortstop, scooped up, over to first, 1 away. Nice play by Wendy Moon over there at shortstop.
Number 12, Mary Babb.
That'll bring up freshman Mary Babb. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Curveball drilled deep left field, but it's going to be foul. That one was gone as soon as it left her bat. See Coach Miller just saying, hold on just a little bit more. Hold on. Very talented player this Mary Babb is. Explosive bat. Curveball a little bit outside. 1-1 the count. That one's drilled. Center field, it's going to be caught by Lunsford. That was hit on a rope. Tight line there, and Lunsford chased it down deep into center field. She anticipated that one right off the bat. They played deep anyway for Babb, but they needed it there. That ball was smoked. Tough out. That'll bring up Barb Wright. Ground to single. Brought in a runner last time up. She's 1 for 2 for the game. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Nobody on. Lauren Kennedy just kind of going along, letting her defense do the work for her. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Barb Wright hits that one. Pop up. Dee Dee Pendleton underneath it. She'll squeeze it. 1, 2, 3. Go the Lady Tigers. We're tied at 1, and the bottom of the 5th here on TCI Channel 20.
If you haven't checked in with Larry lately, we'd like to show you who has.
Larry Seinfeld.
Mikhail Gorbachev. Michael Jordan. Michael J. Fox. Bob Dole. Oh, it's Bob Dole. It is Bob Dole.
You will hear the giant sucking sound.
It's hard for me not to kiss the guy.
Oh, Larry. You gotta check in with Larry to find out who's talking. Larry King Live, 9 Eastern, weeknights on CNN.
That is B1 under the I. I-22. I-22.
You could be watching the news right now. Headline news. A whole day's news every half hour.
Here are the few things you can make with items from around your house with welding. Okay, do-it-yourselfers, let's do it.
You could be watching the news right now. Headline news. A whole day's news every half hour.
Welcome back to University Field for the Mizzou Softball Invitational Championship game between Creighton and Missouri. We're tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Missouri still keeping their cool. All laughing, having a good time. Christy Bowen will be ready to face Wendy Moon, number 10. Dee Dee Pendleton right there, number 19. and Chrissy Lunsford, the center fielder who made the play on Mary Babb's hotline drive to end last inning. Wendy Moon's having a great day, 2 for 2 with a run scored, ripped a double her last time up. Ooh, got a change up high and was a little too out in front of it, and it's a routine pop-up to Gina Anderson. 1 away. That was a pitch she knew she should have hit. That'll bring up Dee Dee Pendleton, who has the only RBI for the Lady Jays today. 226 with 12 RBIs now on the year. Strike 1 on a bad pitch. Pendleton went swinging. Low inside changeup by Christy Bowen. Good pitch for her. Ball up high, 1-1. A little bit outside, 2-1 the count. Defense playing normal depth. Ken Persinger in a little bit shallow in right field, but she can cover all about any range she wants to. Very fast. Great outfielder. Strike 2 on a changeup down low. 2-2 the count. So far, the number 2 and 3 hitters, Wendy Moon and Dee Dee Pendleton for Creighton, are combined 4-5. Very productive. 2-2 count here to Pendleton, trying to go 3 for 3. Fouled off into the dugout. No action in the bullpen anymore for Missouri. Looks like it's going to be Bowen's game to win or lose. Big Nis with a little word of advice for his Dee Dee Pendleton, first baseman for Creighton. Rips that one, third base, foul right on down past the bag. Out in front again. We have two choices now for pitchers. Bowen, you have her so far out in front, you might as well throw it a little bit slow and see if she can wait. Or try to bust her up high and inside with a fastball and see if she'll go chasing it. And there's the pitch, as slow as it can possibly be. A beautiful changeup, and Pendleton could not wait any longer. Fifth strikeout for Bowen through 4 2/3 innings. Chrissy Lunsford, the nice center fielder here for Creighton, steps in. She's 0 for 1, got hit her last time up. Rips that one foul down the third base line. Everybody's way out in front of Bowen now. She can really work with their heads here, throwing a lot more changeups, working the fastball in every once in a while, doing a great job at pitching. She doesn't have as fast stuff as Marshall and Wright, but she's really a craftsman out there. Terrific person to watch pitch. Curveball a little bit outside. Change up, low and inside, 2-1 to Lunsford. Lunsford gets on. Shawnee Aguilera is on deck. Coach Miller's trying to discuss if Lunsford's staying inside the batter's box or not. In fact, I think he's going to want the grounds crew maybe to lay down some more chalk just so Lunsford won't be able to step out of the batter's box, because she is staying way up in the front part of the box. As you can see, her footprint's right there. There's definitely a lot of stuff outside the batter's box on the front end. Looks like we're going to get a little grounds crew adjustment here. Well, the umpire's going to do it the old-fashioned way and just do it with the foot. The whole purpose of that was to see if Lunsford was stepping out of the box or not. The umpire said she wasn't. Now we're right back where we started. Nice try by Coach Miller, but it isn't going to work. If you're stepping out of the batter's box, you're immediately ruled out. That's why Coach Miller wanted this to happen. Lunsford rips to third. There's Janie Lanus. Over to Tiffany Hike at first, and the Tigers are out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Creighton. One strikeout also. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Guess what, folks? We're tied 1-1. Gina Anderson, Tiffany Hike, and Brandy Jones will be up for the Tigers here in the top of the 6th. Both teams pitching really well, playing good defense right now. That's why we're tied at 1 apiece. Terrific championship game here for the Mizzou Softball Invitational. For the first time all tournament, Mizzou has been challenged. We'll see how they respond. Ben McMahon here at University Field. Our terrific crew headed by producer Amy Bryan and director Jeff Witten. Hope you enjoyed our broadcasting so far today. This is the 4th game. Been a long day, but surely has been a lot of fun. Seen a lot of good softball here today. Don't forget, we do have 2 more broadcasts of Mizzou softball coming up in the very near future here on Channel 20.
Also, Florida winner over Washington College. Top of the 6th, batting first for the Tigers, number 9, Gina Anderson.
Gina Anderson's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Facing Lauren Kennedy here in the top of the 6th inning, trying to get something going for the Tigers. Ball 1. For the first time all tournament long, the Tigers offense has been controlled. They had 39 runs in their first 3 games coming into this one. Only 1 right now. And there you see her numbers for 1993. Taken down low and inside for ball 2. 2-0 to Gina Anderson. Curveball outside, fouled directly behind home plate. Cicely Amato looks it away, and we'll get a new ball put in play. 2-1, top of the 6th inning. It's a barn burner. We're tied at 1 apiece. Change up low and in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. Gina Anderson trying to get on base to start an inning for the Tigers. That's ball 4. To the wall. Gina Anderson will make a turn at first base, but she is going to stay there. No sense taking a chance, trying to do a little too much. She's safe at first, and Tiffany Hike will come up. We'll see if Coach wants her to sacrifice. Gina Anderson's a very smart base runner, has some good speed. So, see what Gina can do. She has 6 stolen bases on the year. Came into the tournament with a .349 batting average. Gina Anderson there at first base having a terrific year. And the slugger Tiffany Hike steps in. Here's the pitch. Fake bunt. Anderson stays at first. It's called a strike because Hike didn't bring it back in time. If you don't like a pitch when you're bunting, pull the bat back as soon as possible or it's going to get called a strike. You have to pull it back. You can't just keep holding it out there. That's considered a swing. She swings a high fastball. Gina Anderson's out on a terrific throw by Cicely Amato. And there goes the leadoff runner for the Tigers, and Tiffany Hike is in a hole, 0-2. Terrific pitching once again by Lauren Kennedy. She is not going to let Mizzou beat her. She's keeping the ball up high. She's not going to let sacrifices do win like other teams have been happening here in the tournament. 0-2 pitch, curveball, drilled into the hole. Wendy Moon backhands it over to first base. Not in time. A terrific effort by Wendy Moon. That'll bring up catcher Brandy Jones. She reached on an error her first time up and had a sacrifice bunt her second time, so she's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Nice effort by Wendy Moon. Pitch just a little bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Tiffany Hike on first, 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. Deadlocked at 1 apiece. That one stung off the end of the bat, foul down the third base line. Swing and miss at the bunt. Tiffany Hike almost caught the dry at first. The ball gets away from the second baseman, but not far enough for Hike to advance. Julie Woodley did a good job of chasing it back down. It just goes for a strike for the Tigers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Their inability to bunt so far this inning has hurt them. Foul ball by Brandy Jones, and she's going to be a strikeout victim. When you bunt and you foul it off for the 3rd strike, you are a strikeout victim, and Brandy Jones has just done that. So there's 2 away, and that'll bring up Karen Persinger, the right fielder, number 17 for Mizzou. 1 for 1 on the afternoon, does have a stolen base. She has terrific power to right field. She's not afraid to take that outside pitch and really stroke it down the right field line. High, there goes Tiffany Hike. She is going to be out. What a big inning by Cicely. The catcher, Cicely Amato threw out 2 Missouri base runners here in the 6th inning. Wow, that is big-time college softball right there. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. Still tied at 1 apiece, thanks to Cicely Amato. Terrific job of getting the ball out of her mitt in a hurry and firing to second. First time Tiffany Hike's been thrown out this season. Creighton has a chance to take the lead. Shani Aguilera, Cicely Amato, the catcher, so far the hero of this game right now, and Julie Woodley will be coming to the plate for the Lady Jays of Creighton. A lot of exciting action, and our next softball telecast will be April 9th at 1 o'clock as the Missouri Tigers do battle with Oklahoma State University, a perennial College World Series participant in the softball tournament. And then April 10th, we'll have one for you as MU battles Oklahoma Sooners at 11 o'clock. That is on April 10th. And once again, on April 9th, Oklahoma State and MU do battle. Oklahoma State, a fine softball program. Should be a tough game. TCI Channel 20 definitely has a lot of good sports this semester, thanks in part to the Academic Support Center and the communication students here at the University of Missouri. I'm Ben McMahon, proud to be working, being one of those students too. Our operating engineer, Dave Duncan, the man in charge, lets us do all this stuff. It's pretty incredible they give students all this stuff, huh? We're tied at 1 apiece. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Terrific game here in the championship, the Mizzou Softball Invitational. Shani Aguilera, 0 for 2 on the afternoon, reached on the fielder's choice her last time up, a .219 hitter. But that average doesn't show what she means to this team. If a ball's hit anywhere near third base, Aguilera is going to come up with it. One of the best fielding third basemen I've ever seen, baseball or softball. Fouls that one off to the first base side. It is playable. Tiffany Hicks makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Terrific play. Shades of Say Hey Willie Mays. Tiffany Hike with a terrific catch. That'll bring up Cicely Amato, the rifle. She threw out 2 base runners in the top half of the inning. Let's see if she can get on base and start something for Creighton. She's grounded out twice so far this afternoon against Bowen. Curveball, inside corner, strike 1. Taken up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 1 apiece. Exciting softball here in the championship game. That one's hit softly. Jenny Lanius will come up with it over to first base, and we're talking 2 down here, folks. Julie Woodley will try to get it going for Creighton. Christy Bowen getting stronger as the game goes on. She's retired 7 in a row now.
Next for Creighton, number 1, 2.
Nothing's left the infield since the 4th inning against Bowen, so as the game goes on, her ball's starting to move a little bit more. That one's hit right back to Bowen. She'll handle it easily. Hike covers first. 1, 2, 3 for the 2nd consecutive inning. Go the Creighton Lady Jays. We're heading to the top of the 7th. Tied at 1 apiece. If no one scores, there will be extra innings, and we'll play until we have a winner. The defense has always been a strong point for Coach Miller and hasn't let him down here. Tiffany Hike makes a terrific play to record the first out of the inning on Chrissy Lunsford. There it is. Watch this. Oh, no. Technical difficulties. Sorry about that. She did a terrific over-the-shoulder basket catch to rob the Creighton Lady Jays. After the 7th inning, it will be sudden death. We have been informed the first one to score, that's your winner. So if Mizzou doesn't score here and Creighton doesn't score, and we head to the 7th, and if Mizzou scores, it's over, folks. Creighton doesn't get another crack at it. A lot of interesting rules in college softball compared to baseball. You have a 7-run rule at the end of 5 innings, and now this sudden death in extra innings also. College softball has a personality all its own. Really interesting to watch. Here on the beautiful campus of University of Missouri, see the popular Jesse Hall. Well, the first game between these two teams was a 7-0 victory for Mizzou. A different Creighton team has definitely shown up for the championship as we're tied at 1 apiece heading to the 7th inning. Can Persinger, the right fielder for Mizzou, will be leading off, and they'll be back to the top of the lineup with Terry Young and Janie Lunas. Oh for 3, she has grounded out 3 times so far today. A little bit outside for ball 1. Persinger loves to go to the opposite field, so if Kennedy's going to keep throwing it out there, Karen's probably going to put it in right field for a base hit. There's a base hit up the middle towards right field. The center fielder will grab it, and Persinger's on first. Now what do you do? Cicely Amato shown that she can throw out the base runners if they test her last inning by gunning 2. Look for Terry Young to try to put down a sacrifice. Third baseman's going to have to play very, very close here because Terry Young can beat out the bunt with the best of them. It might be a sacrifice attempt, but she can still beat it out. Aguilera really not playing that in. There goes Persinger. She's going to be safe at second with a stolen base. Big play by the right fielder for the Tigers. Now there's a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Lori Kennedy's going to really have to be careful here with Terry Young. Young's 1 for 3 on the afternoon, a senior. She's been in these situations many a time. Pitch, she swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 7th inning, folks, in the championship game of the Mizzou Softball Invitational. Karen Persinger's at second for the Tigers. Terry Young at the plate. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2 the count. Bounces it back. Shallow. Aguilera picks it up over at first. She's safe. She's just too quick to do that. Aguilera had to be staying in. Terry Young goes to second base. They're not going to try to pick her off, though. Oh, now they're throwing it away. Terry Young's going to take second. A stupid play by the Lady Jays. A mental lapse there. And Terry Young makes them pay. She goes over to second base, and the Tigers have a big rally going now. That is precisely why Coach Miller recruits speed. Aguilera is an excellent fielding third baseman. Terry Young lays down the bunt. Aguilera gets it and cannot get it over to first in time. And then the Lady Jays kind of fall asleep a little bit, and Terry Young starts going to second. They try to chase her down. Then they notice that on third, Karen Prusinger is starting to go home, so they throw over there. She's safe at third. Terry Young, the senior that she is, goes over to second. And the Tigers have runners at second and third with nobody out for third baseman Janie Lanus. They are going to intentionally pass her to load the bases. They'll do this for one simple reason. In case of a ground ball, they can go to home and get the force out, prevent the run from scoring with the bases loaded. That's a big risk, though, with senior Dana Way up to bat. Dana has 17 RBIs on the year coming into today's action. That leads the club. She has a home run, 4 triples, 2 doubles. This is really a big chance they are taking. Janie Lanus will stroll over to first base. Bases loaded, nobody out. 7th inning. And Dana Way, the left fielder, number 28, the senior, 1 for 2 on the afternoon already with a run scored. See if she can come through in the clutch. As you see, 59 RBIs coming into this year. Rips it way back. Guess what, folks? It's a grand slam home run. Amazing. Talk about your senior leadership. I said before, it's a big risk walking her at Lanus to get away, and she deposited Kennedy's pitch over the left center field wall, and we'll get another look at it. Here it comes. At the belt, Dana Way said, you want to walk somebody to get to me? Here, take this. You're 4 runs down now, and Mizzou takes a 5-1 lead. What a ball game. Mary Bad, the freshman, will step in. She's 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Pops it sky high. Aguilera underneath it. She'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. What a player Dana Way is. You do not get any prime time more than her. Wow, a grand slam in the top of the 7th inning. That's all Christy Bowen might need now here in the championship game of the Softball Invitational. Brandy Wright will step in, 1 for 3. She popped out her last time up. Rips that line drive deep center field. It is going to be caught by Lunsford. 2 away. So after the grand slam, Laura Kennedy settled down and retired the next 2 batters, but may be a little too late. That'll bring up second baseman Gina Anderson. 0 for 2. Walked and was caught stealing last inning. Pops that one sky high. Center field. And Lunsford's underneath of that one, and Creighton has some work to do here. A grand slam home run by Dana Way has put the Tigers up 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th and last inning, unless Creighton can score 4 in response to Mizzou. They'll have Cheryl Cormier, Heather Kelly, and Shelly Esser scheduled to hit. Coming into this tournament, Mizzou was 14-9 in 23 games. They had 0 home runs as a team, 0. In this tournament, the Lady Tigers have hit 5 home runs, none bigger than the grand slam by Dana Way in the top of the 7th inning here in the championship game to give the Tigers a 4-run lead against the Lady Jays of Creighton. Christy Bowen warming up. Lady Tigers about ready to go. Should be exciting, folks. Can't ask for a better finish than this. Creighton starting to get the cheers and the bullpen going. Trying to get their headers pumped up. It ain't over yet, folks. 3 more outs are needed for the Tigers to become champions of the Mizzou Softball Invitational. And starting it off for Creighton will be number 9, Shelly Cormier. She is 2 for 2 so far this afternoon, so watch out now. And you usually get the leadoff hitter on it. Good things usually follow. Bowen's going to really have to bear down and get Cormier out here. She's been hitting her real well today. And in the bullpen is Casey Marshall in case anything is needed. Pitch by Bowen. Strike 1 at the knees. Pops that one up in the infield. Bowen's going to take it herself. 1 away. Beautiful pitch by Bowen. She came in with a fastball in the inside corner. Cormier just only could pop it up. We're going to have a pinch hitter for the Creighton Lady Jays, number 14, Becky Kroll. Becky Kroll, number 14, from Omaha, Nebraska, the sophomore, will be hitting for Heather Kelly. Curveball, strike 1 on the outside corner. Up high with the changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kroll. In the first game, Kroll batted twice and struck out twice, so she's looking to change her luck right now, and boy, do the Lady Jays need it. Trailing 5-1. Bottom of the 7th inning. Hits that one foul down the right field line. Well, she's pitched her outside now, all 3 pitches. Let's see if she busts her inside with a fastball, too. Inside corner, fouled off again. Nice job of hitting by Kroll to stay alive. She has her set up for that changeup that Bowen's been throwing so well today. Changeup, hit on the ground. Gina Anderson dives but can't get it. And Becky Kroll is on base. The pinch hitter did her job. A ground single through the infield. And the Creighton Lady Jays have a threat at first base now. Back to the top of the lineup, Shelly Esser, 0 for 3 on the afternoon. The left-handed hitter will be up to bat. Probably going to have a pinch runner for Becky Kroll. Yes, we are. It's going to be number 11. Pinch runner is number 11, Heather Kelly, the freshman, and we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be number 20, Kelly Rivera, a freshman from Des Moines, Iowa. Number 20, Kelly Rivera put in a tough situation here. Pinch hitting for Shelly Esser.
First base, number 11, Heather Kelly. And the hitter for Creighton, number 20, Kelly Rivera.
Those changes have been made by Coach Brent Vignes. The Creighton Lady Jays trying to get a rally going to answer Mizzou's 4 runs in the top half of the 7th here. Pitch is a fastball inside corner, a little bit too inside. Ball 1. This is the last chance for Creighton. Be all over if they can't get 4 runs here in the bottom half of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first. Heather Kelly, number 11. Good speed. And at the plate is a freshman, Kelly Rivera, pinch hitting for Shelly Esser. That's going to go foul, and Brandy Jones will touch it for strike 2. Kelly Rivera is a .250 hitter with 3 runs batted in so far. 4 hits, 3 RBIs. Pretty productive hitting for a freshman, for anyone. She's only struck out 1 time in 16 at-bats. Trying to stay alive here. 2 strikes on her. Lines it. Gina Anderson lets it go underneath her glove, and there's going to be runners at first and second. Right there's a ball you have to make sure you keep in front of you. Here's why. It was a line drive. And the pinch runner, Heather Kelly, could not advance because it was in the air. And if Gina would have just knocked it down with her body, she could have still got her at second base. But as it goes underneath her glove. And the runners on first and second for Creighton now. And number 10, Wendy Moon steps in, 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. Strike one at the knees. Creighton trying to answer the big top half of the 7th inning for Mizzou. Dana Way's grand slams put him ahead, but Creighton's still fighting. Runners on first and second, only one out, and Wendy Moon up to bat. She's had a double today. Changeup up high for a ball. 1-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball down low and inside. Perfect pitch by Bowen. Not much you're going to do with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wendy Moon's a very aggressive hitter. Change up on the outside corner and low. Might just send her back to the dugout or get a ground ball to short. Curveball hit to shortstop. Mary Babb fields it. Goes to third. Gets the force out. Smart play by the freshman. 2 away. 1 out from Mizzou. And then they'll be the champions of the softball invitational tournament. Trying to keep the hopes alive of the Lady Jays will be number 19, Dee Dee Pendleton. 2 for 3, a strikeout victim in the 5th inning, her last time at bat. And she does have a run batted in so far. And Shelly Esser's going to come back out and pinch run for number 20, Kelly Rivera. Pendleton leads the team and runs batted in this year. The only one in double figures. She came into the tournament with 12. She already has 1 today, so that's at least 13. She rips it into center field. Carrie Young's there. And the University of Missouri has won the softball invitational tournament by the score of 5-1 over Creighton in the championship game. Star of the game, without a doubt, Dana Way. A grand slam in the top half of the 7th inning. She goes 2 for 3, 2 runs scored and 4 runs batted in. As you see it there, Missouri wins it 5-1 over the Creighton Lady Jays. A terrific softball tournament put on by the University of Missouri coaching staff and all the teams that came to participate. We really enjoyed covering it here on TCI Channel 20. Great action has been seen. This is Ben McMahon. Another solid pitching performance by the Lady Tigers. This one by Christy Bowen, the Big 8 pitcher of the week last week. Does an excellent job again this week, going the distance, yielding only 1 run. She'll pick up the win and improve her record to 5-1 on the season for Coach Miller and the Tigers. Exciting action indeed. We have seen some of the best action we'll probably see all year. Missouri comes out a winner over the Creighton Lady Jays. SMSU, UMKC, Creighton, Detroit, Missouri, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Western Illinois, and Eastern Michigan. All 8 of these teams put up a show. And TCI Channel 20, Ben McMahon here along with them, saying it was great fun to cover. We look forward to seeing you on our next telecast. Goodbye.